Our adventurers we last left off were deep inside the CRAGMAW caves. We have fought off one bugbear, a bunch of goblins, and we are currently ready, stealthed, and ready to attack the Rather Goblin gang. Let me show you here as we back up a little bit our adventure group. Okay. Even if you don't play a little D&D, stay by, you know, this is kind of a way of me being a lot more interactive with the channel. I was playing a game together through the channel and it not having to be Twitch plays. Alright, so where is all of us? I feel like everything's gone. Objects and tokens. Yeah, everybody's not there, so let me make sure everybody's there. So, if you guys correctly remember where we left off, we are all huddled around this about 10-foot high wall. Where's Gothics? There's Gothics. There we go, there's Gothics. Monarch is back here with Blue, or here. Pyro is with us as well. Yeah, you have to. We're not there though. We have to go get them. We're about to attack. We're. Yes, they're there. We're not there in the cave. You have to go by it on the way out. Yes, but I said it on the way out, not now. You want to go walk over there and go get it, go ahead, go walk over there. I just don't understand how you realistically want to walk over there. I can tell all our health is still the same. Monarch, you're at 21. Blue is with you. Alright, so currently we are all stealthed. Our enemies. Okay, friends, you could join us one day. We all poofed, yes we did. Okay, so we were ready to sneak up. Let me get the bad guys down. So we have one goblin ringleader. We don't know, you know, his name, but he definitely looks different. He looks like he's the ringleader of the group. We got the other generic goblins. We got 1, 2, got an archer. Alright, and currently we are stealth. So, let me put this up. Go with this program right here. Scary. Okay, so, was there any questions that anybody had about, like, their items, there's anything like that? Ready to shoot and charge. Okay, so basically, yeah, we're all stealth. Skullface was ready to do a fire. Was it an ice or a fire? What were you trying to do towards the stalagmites? We were going to give him a chance to shoot the stalagmites. He did an investigation. He noticed the stalagmites above. The group down here is weakened, or is you know, breakable. He's going to attempt to land it on these two goblins right here. And Pro Gamer Guns, Cowgirl, this is our packing order. Blue, go. Blue is right here. Blue could pop up, that would be great. Come on, Blue. Now watch, ready? There we go. Yeah, use selected. Okay. Alright, so our mission was to find our friend Gunderson Rockseeker. We got ambushed on our way carrying a wagon full of mining supplies for our friend Gunderson Rockseeker. He was a citizen of our fair kingdom, and one night talking to me had a really exciting story, but wouldn't fill me in on the full details, but asked for our group's help in bringing a bunch of supplies to the town of Phandalin, where he says he will tell us more about his great discovery. Being on our way to Phandalin from our kingdom, which is about a 5 days travel, we got ambushed by goblins, and after interrogating the goblins, we found our way to CRAGMAW hideout, and we have worked our way through the whole cave, and we're about to attack right here. So we don't need to roll for initiative at the start of it because we're in stealth, but I would like to roll for initiative just for when we start, when we do the attack. I guess we'll just we'll do the stealth thing first and see how things unfold, right? I'm still kind of learning myself. All right, we're all gonna work together with that plan. Yeah, so what is everybody else's plan here when we do this? So Skullface is planning to, as we sit here, we whisper as quietly as we can right now, guys. Our plan is to at least have him try to shoot. What's going to happen is that the stalagmites are going to fall, and they're going to have a chance to dodge. I will roll the dice for them to be able to try and dodge. If they roll a 13, they dodge. If they take half damage. If they don't dodge, they take full damage. And I'll make it, let's say, 2d10 plus 5 falling damage, crushing damage for the stalagmites. So Monarch is back here with Blue. You guys are currently not stealthed. Cowgirl, what was your plan when we start shooting all this stuff? What was your plan? You go last. Okay. We have Gothics. If you're interested. Okay, so I basically we have the element of surprise right now, so we can shoot. I'm probably gonna try and throw one of my swords at maybe the goblin archer at the bottom, but I'm gonna have to walk up. We can't. That ridge right there that we're looking at is way too high to just kind of hang off. Is kind of too high to just lean over and shoot. So we kind of have to funnel through this stairway, right? Gonna be me and one other person who's gonna shoot too. Yeah, I don't have but Babe, you're gonna have to shoot, or Gothics is gonna have to shoot. If Gothic shoots, then we go loud and we roll for initiative after that, but we try to get as much damage in on the stealth attack as possible. We will have advantage on our throws, so like what I'm thinking we can do is, we are close, so what I think we can do is I will sneak up here a little bit in front of Skullface, just out of sight. The fire is bright for them, it's dark, they can't see it, it is over 10 feet, over 20 feet. I would figure Skullface will go first and do the fireball. I'll shoot second, Gothics can shoot third, but we basically all go at the same time and try to get our targets. Gothics, you can do like a move where you kind of move over here, over here, and then shoot, but it's up to you who you want to target. I can kind of give these guys colors so that we can choose a different. So there's red, so we have a little more we can identify by. Blue, if you guys can see it. If you guys can't, let me know. Green, like freaking this guy, the leader or the group, it's gonna be purple. Hopefully you guys can see it. And that's like yellowish. Can I throw my cube? How about all three? I get as many stalagmites to fall as possible. Oh, all three of us, huh? That's not a bad idea. We could all shoot the stalagmites. That's actually a really good idea, Skullface. We could all, it's gonna basically be, you do yours fire, which is a damage attack. So basically both me and Gothics will roll 20 to see if we hit the target. And then Monarch, you can come closer if you want. If you want to move up closer, you can. What do you mean your cube? What cube are you talking about? I have your unbreakable arrows, your rod of the pack keeper, and your hat of disguise. Which cube are you talking about? $16 is a pretty good one. Alright, so I'd say let's all three of us shoot the stalagmites. Roll 20. The challenge is 13 to hit the stalagmites. If we hit the stalagmites, actually what I was gonna do was have them all dodge. So I like that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot, and then we don't have to roll 20, but we're gonna say we shoot, and the stalagmites are gonna fall, and the enemies are gonna try and dodge. So I will roll for the enemies to see if they dodge. But we can try that. Oh, Bard Cube. Yes, so you have dices. You have, that's a good point. Thank you, Monarch. So Monarch has 4 dices he can give out to us right now. Who do you want to give dices to right now before we do this? These are called inspiration dice. What it is you get to roll an extra 6-sided dice to help your number in your attack roll or your defense roll. It doesn't add to damage, but it's like, say I rolled a 13 and I'm like, crap, you know, I want to take an inspiration dice that Monarch gave me and roll another d6 and add that number to it. Oh, great, I got a 5. You know, that makes it 18. Cool, I passed the challenge. All right. It's an inspiration dice, you know. He's supposed to like sing and give it to us and make us feel inspired. Pretty funny. All right, so I'm gonna play that out right now, okay? So that's the plan. We're gonna shoot. Everybody can roll their 20. If you wanna type enemy roll 20, that's how you can do enemy, or you can just do the roll 20. But we're all three gonna roll for ourselves to see if the enemy dodges. Okay, I'll let you guys roll that. Normally I would roll for the enemy, but we can just get that out of the way and have the all three of us roll for our group. But we're gonna try and all shoot the stalagmites to see if we can start you know, kill these bastards, and we're gonna see if they can dodge. If they dodge, they take half damage. We roll for them to see if they dodge. Okay. Like to give one to me. Thank you. Right. Who else are you gonna give one to? We got Pro Gamer Guns, Goldface, Cowgirl, Blue. And then we're gonna do this, okay? And I'll play this through. You guys want to roll for the enemy, or do you want me to do it? Because I can do it. It's basically we don't have to aim to shoot a wall. You don't need to roll a 20 to shoot a wall. You can shoot a wall and shoot the stalagmites. What we're trying to see is when the rocks fall, do these guys dodge in time? And I roll a 20 to see if they dodge or not. If they dodge, they take half damage. If they don't dodge, they take the full blunt of whatever damage we roll. Welcome back, Pro Gamer Guns. Alright, so Pro Gamer Guns, you're getting an inspiration dice. If you're not remember what that is that because Monarch is a bard, when you like roll a d20, or you roll a 20 and say you got 13 and you're like, damn, that was low, I'm going to use Monarch's inspiration dice he gave me, which is a roll 6. Whatever that number is, you add that to what you rolled, and you got like a 5, so you got like 18, so you passed, you know. It helps you pass the rolls. It doesn't give you extra damage. It helps you pass like challenge rolls. Say you roll low and you're like, okay, I want to use an inspiration dice, and that'll help you roll a higher number. Next level, that becomes a 10. Be nice. All right, so we're gonna do this. All right, you ready? Gothics, Skullface, Pro Gamer Guns, Max, are you guys ready? I'm gonna play this out, okay? Get this starting. Monarch, are you happy with where you're back there? Alright, ready. Alright, and Skullface, you're gonna just do your firebolt, right? Ready, my lord? Yep. Alright, here we go. All right, so friends, comrades, fellow arms, men, women, and children alike, are you ready? We all stand next to each other. We give each other the eye signals. I look to Gothix, he looks to Cowgirl. Skullface looks to Pro Gamer Guns as she gets ready to follow in closely behind. We're going to shoot the stalagmites. I'm going to roll for the enemies to see if they dodge. If they do not dodge, they will roll their damage, but we're going to surprise attack and we're going to shoot the hell out of the walls. Pro Gamer Guns, Cowgirl's going to do it as well. Everybody just shooting. We're going to see if we can crush these guys without having to do real big of a fight. Alright, here we go. Alright, so Skullface, go ahead and do your attack. Go ahead, roll your 20s. Everybody just roll your 20s, just so we have it, you know, go off. But otherwise, you're not really gonna miss. Did you say Trollden? Did you say Trollden? Wait, what? Wait. And girl, break the wall down. It's not a high wall. It's a ledge. So we're like here on the ledge. Like they're up there. We're on the ledge. You're good. You're not gonna miss. I just wanted to see everybody's ready. Okay, so one enemy. So everybody gets together, everybody together shoots up, fire, everything. The goblins are sitting there talking, arguing amongst each other. All of a sudden they just look up and just a bunch of ammunition just goes up into the walls above them, and I just hit the hell out of my station with my fucking elbow. Okay, so we're gonna see as the stalagmites, we're gonna slow down time. The stalagmites are falling down. The first goblin did not dodge. Second goblin did not dodge. Third goblin dodged. Fourth goblin did dodge. And the fifth one, let's see here, 11 plus, what is that? Nope, he did not. Okay, sweet. All right, so we're gonna do the damage. It's I said 2. I said, what did I say? 3. I said 2d10 plus 5, right? So 2d10. How loud is that? Pretty loud. So the stalagmites are falling down. As you hear the crumpling of the rocks, I got a 20. You did? Hell yeah! Of course, your first roll it was for you're not shooting anything. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 5, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. Fuck yeah. So the stalagmites fall down. Out of nowhere, the goblins look up as boom, one is crushed. Boom, another one is crushed. And the second one dodges. And the third, what was it? What was it? Hang on. I need to double check. Third. Double check this thing. 1, 2. Third one dodged. Fourth one dodged. The third one did not dodge. Okay. So, as this happens, the goblin starts to notice we're under attack, and he runs over to the prisoner, right? And we run up here together. As we go to charge, we go charge. Monarch, you are starting to here, let's see here. I need to double check. I need to do a stealth roll for the enemies. Hang on. Enemy roll 20, 19. Enemy roll 20. Fuck. We're about to get snuck the fuck up on. Yep. I'm doing stealth. If you're wondering what I'm doing stealth rolls for enemies that are nearby another person. I'm not gonna tell you where they are, but they just stealth really well. So Monarch, you don't hear anything. You don't know anything that's coming at you right now. So this goblin goes over to the cage, right? He unlocks the cage real quick, and he goes, "Hey, everybody, put their weapons down now, or the human gets it." And it's Ferengi. Don't lie to me. Don't joke. So he takes over. He grabs the weak man. The guy is at like 0 hit points right now. So as we're ready to attack, this goblin under orders when things go bad. He brings over the human. He kind of holds him by the scruff. The goblins are short, but this human's really weak, and this is Sildar Hallwinter. We were sent to go get him. He holds him over the edge, and this guy's at 1 HP. So if a fall is not going to be too good for him, and he tells everybody, the goblin right now, this is going to be more of a kind of a role-playing thing. So get ready, guys. Today will also be a little more just than combat. It'll be also role-playing with these characters, and I'll be playing these characters. So kind of just you'll talk back and forth to me, and I'll try and role-play these characters. But Ferengi, fuck you. Okay, so the goblin's holding the guy over the edge right now, and this guy, he's about, if anybody makes a move, this guy's fucking dead, and we're all up here. This is where we ran to. We're a little too far to do anything. This goblin is pointing at us, but he tells us right now, if we move, he's gonna fucking drop the guy. So what is your move? What do you guys want to do? I put my swords down, and I don't put my swords down, but I put my swords, face them down. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, hold on. Let's figure something out. We don't. No innocent blood needs to die today. So what are we gonna do right now? We're in a very sticky situation. This guy falls and dies. That's a mission critical fail. You goblin bastards. Let's talk about this. I dropped my equipment. Alright, Skullface. Skullface is moving up. Skullface proceeds to let's see here. Proceeds to get a little closer. He's he's getting a little trust. Nothing too bad. I move a little closer, see if I can support my friends. I'm not going to interact too much with the NPCs because I already kind of know the answers to these puzzles. So you guys got to figure out the answers to these puzzles. These are role-playing puzzles that you guys need to figure out besides just combat. I holster my weapon but keep them at the ready. Okay, I walk towards the group. All right, Monarch is heading up. Currently, as we're kind of holding still, Blue doesn't hear it, and it is a little too late right now. While we're trying to talk, they just had reinforcements show up. They are going to get a surprise attack on Blue right now. Blue did not detect them. I rolled the stealth for them. We got a bugbear, a goblin. The bugbear is holding a wolf attached to a chain in his hand. They are coming up behind us to ambush right now. 2 goblins, a bugbear, a wolf. The Monarch fly towards the goblin without being seen. Go ahead and roll for stealth, Monarch. Yes, you can definitely try that. Monarch, go ahead and roll a 20 for stealth to see if you can stealth it up on your way over. This is an enemy roll to attack Blue. Fuck, it's a 16. Right. Bugbear does Surprise. 11 damage, plus another 7 if it's a surprise attack. So the bugbear comes, Blue's watching the group as he sees the tension start to grow. His attention, all of a sudden, out of the a bugbear comes swinging with his morning star, and boom, hits freaking Blue across the side. The dog starts barking. We start to hear in the background. We start to hear commotion going off. Blue taking 18 points of damage right now. $24. Fuck. Blue just went down to 24 hit points. If you let the man go, we can give you stuff for the man. Alright, alright. I showed the staff to the goblin. Very good, very good, very good. Alright. As that's unfolding, the goblin brings the man a little bit closer to the side, and walks a little bit towards the staff. He doesn't have hold of the man anymore, but he's as he grabs the staff to inspect it and see its worth, its value. Monarch rolled a 7. You are not stealth, but you can either come forward or you can stay. The goblin proceeds to throw down the staff, and he goes, you know, riches and treasure are fine, but I prefer power. You know, kill Clark for me, and I'll let him live. And we all look to each other in confusion. Kill Clark? And we all looked at each other. We did kill Clark. And I'm like, I kind of whispered to Skullface. I'm like, are you gonna tell him we did kill Clark already, or what do you? That might be our bargaining chip. He doesn't know Clark's dead right now, but he wants Clark dead so he can take over power. And so, where do we go from here? Oh, it's covering the combat area? I see. Okay. Thank you. It should be... Let me see if I can do this a little bit. Yeah. How about that? Is that a little better? Not really. What I can do is this, where I zoom in even more. There we go. Alright. That's about what I can do right there. It's because we're on the left side of the map. There's nothing I can do unless you want me to just completely... I can just do this. Yeah. Bye. Alright, this is all within a span of a couple seconds. The other group hasn't completely made it through the hole yet. We killed the man already. Skullface proceeds to say, we killed the man already for you, sir. You can take the staff and the power for the man. Okay. Alright. Alright. So, very good. Very fucking good, Skullface. Okay, so, Skullface, you get an inspiration die right now from me as well, not just from Monarch. You get to re-roll anytime until you use it up, and then, you know, use it at a decent time so someone else can get to use one. But you get to do a re-roll. Anything you want, anytime, just a re-roll today, or, you know, prefer it as quick as possible so someone else can use it. But you're doing, that's what we call an inspiration die for role playing and everything. And okay, so the goblin backs up, takes the staff. The man comes over to us. He's safe in our hands. As this happens, the rest of the group, the goblin hears it too. We all turn around, and the rest of the group pows through. Blue is gonna go back. Is gonna try to hit the freaking the bugbear that hit him in retaliation, because Blue don't take no shit. He rolls an 18. Hell yeah. Where's his damage? His poleaxe. Blue kind of just fucking mother runs at the damn bugbear as he freaking pulls down with his pole axe a 1d12. I'm role playing blue today, so 12 plus 5, 9. That's 14, and he comes back with the second swing because he's really pissed. 6. That was it was a 9 plus 5, so that was 14 plus 6. It's 20. 20 damage on the bugbear. Boom. 20 damage. The blue proceeds to strike and hits it in the side as he kind of wedges his great axe or his halberd into the side of the bugbear. The dog pulls forward and starts to growl angrily at Blue. Guys, Blue's getting ambushed with Monarch back there. These two are waiting behind. They can't really do anything behind the bugbear. I tried to convince the goblin to have them stand down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, a couple of them died. 1, 2, 3. We have a bugbear and a couple of goblins. There's 2 goblins left. Alright, so Skullface, I tried to convince the goblin to have them stand down. Alright, roll a persuasion check. Roll a persuasion, roll 20, Skullface, with your persuasion. It is... your persuasion is plus 5, because you chose persuasion, so the challenge is 15. Because this guy don't really want to stop fighting. He does want to live with his life, though. If you let us go, you will have no more trouble from us. Very good. Roll the 1. All right. The goblin looks at him and is like, "Ha! I detect this. I detect lie in you, human." Okay, so we want to attack the bugbear. Okay, so at this moment, the goblin still isn't attacking us. Monarch, you can kind of choose what you want to do. Blue is in a fight right now. The dog is going to attack Blue right now. Blue's holding off like 3 people right now. We might have to. Yeah, we start to hear the chanking and the clanking of armor on down the hallway as we start to know our lookout is getting attacked. The dog is going to roll with advantage because it's a dog and its power is to roll with advantage when it's within 5 feet of a ally. He rolls 15. Rolls a 1. Okay, so 15 is the attack. The wolf jumps at Blue. Where's your health is not down? I was 24 into the dog leaps at Blue. Blue kind of guards with his hand as much as he can. Blue needs to survive a DC 13 strength, I believe, or else he falls down and is prone. Or yeah, that's one of the things the wolves can do. Wolves are scary when they're with friends. Rolled a 7. Let me double check what it is. I need to look just to be careful, just make sure I look stuff up real quick. I have it on the thing. Wolf must survive a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. It's strength, so his strength is 3. All right, the dog grabs him and tries to knock him down, and Blue throws the dog to the side. Can I roll for nature and attempt to ally with the bear? It's not a bear, it's a bugbear. It's a warrior race. A very good question. It's a I can zoom in on it for you. Let me zoom in on him right now. This is what he looks like. This is called a bugbear. It is a type of creature. They're an armored humanoid shape, but they're a little larger beast. They're a warrior race. They don't fuck around. Alright, guys, so let's see here. Programmer Guns, what you say? I mean the bugbear. I roll for strength to push the goblin in the fire. Okay, roll for strength. Roll. Let me see. Roll for 20. Let me see you roll for 20. It's going to be a contested strength roll. Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to walk over to the run over to the goblin and grab him by the scruff and go ahead and roll your 20, Pro Gamer Guns. I probably want this goblin, right? The closer one. It would make more sense. Roll to 4, and this is a contested roll, so maybe he'll roll less. He'll maybe roll smaller than you. This is a contested strength roll, so it's your strength. Your strength is 4, so you rolled a 4 plus 4, so you rolled an 8 against him and his strength roll. So you might got it. You rolled a 17. No, you don't. I'm sorry. Can she use the die? Absolutely she can. Most of the time you try to do it before the result, but that it's fine because there's a delay. If she wants to, she can. But he rolled a 17, so you probably wouldn't want to redo it anyway. You're not gonna hit 17 even with 6 dice. But very good question. I am willing to redo stuff if there's a late witness to the lag. Like if somebody does something that completely nullifies damage or something, I will rewind it back because there's a delay. You know, I'm pretty flexible. All right, guys. All right. I start to hear the clanking and I start to make my movements towards Monarch. I run down the stairs and I get to about Monarch's distance in my turn. I also can do a bonus action. I think I have a potion of Cure Wounds, 15 health. Or, oh no, I don't. I have a potion of Cure Disease. Damn it, I do not. I have a rope climbing and the wand, which I have to double check. I do not have that. Alright, so I get to Monarch. I'm using my movements to get to Monarch right now, towards blue. I wanted to use the inspiration. Yeah, you can. And which one is yours? I want to use the inspiration die. Roll 20 and thing. Alright. So right now, Pro Gamer Guns, she grabs the little goblin and they do this kind of twist, and the goblin kind of, you know, shrugs it off and gets away from her and kind of scoots over here towards his friend as Pro Gamer Gun kind of like wipes her hand off of from the dirtiness. Can I get a healing spell for the Siljar Hallwinter, babe? Can I get a healing spell for for Mr. Hallwinter, because he's at 1 HP right now? We're gonna give him 35 for now. Yeah, it's your orb, right? You want to do your orb? Where's your paper? I like to use my katana and slice the bear into rug pieces. Alright. Did Maxamillios go offline? No. Rolled an 8. Very good. How much did you say? 14? Okay, 14. Cool. Alright, the guy is healed for 15 points right now. Alright, Gothix also moves towards Monarch and Blue. We're going to give Blue some backup. This is to about as far as we can move with our movement. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Yep, that's about right. I would like to use. I wanted to. Okay, I know. Alright, you can attack these two if you want, Pro Gamer Guns. These two, and you and Skullface can handle these two goblins if you want. I yelled to my comrades. I'm like, take care of the goblins. We're gonna go back up blue. And me and Gothix proceed to go help. Alright, Monarch, it is either your turn, or Skullface's, or Pro Gamer Gun's turn. Or Cowgirl, either one. I can't talk my way out now. Alright, yeah, it's up to you. You two can, one of you three can do an attack. Welcome back, Pro Gamer Guns. Go ahead. You gonna do a fire? Plus what? Their AC is 12. Or no, their AC is 15. So plus what? How much is it? All right. So what is it total? Nothing. It's like 14 or what? 13. 12. Okay. So Cowgirl gets a fireball ready as she shoots towards the Goblin Archer, and she shoots it past Pro Gamer Guns, and it hits the shoulder of the Goblin, but his armor kind of bounces it off as he's kind of shrugs off the fire blast. Pro Gamer Guns or Skullface, your guys' turn. All right, go ahead. Roll for strength, Pro Gamer Guns, and I will roll for the enemy. It is a contested strength roll. That's how grappling kind of works. First, you're going to try and grapple him, and then you're going to try and throw him. It's like 2 different moves. So he has 11 plus his strength. Monarch. I use my magical leaf. All right, magical leaf. Monarch's going to use his magical leaf. Boom. As you start to feel a slight gust of wind come through the tunnel from behind them, the goblins are, you know, kind of awkwarded. Out of nowhere, just these leaves start to form magically and sharp, and they start to go towards their target. Who's your target, Monarch? All right, rolled a 14. Cool. Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to grab the little bastard. She walks up to him and does one of those and grabs him and freaking has him grappled as they are the same. He's a little shorter, or about the same size, shorter than her, so she's able to move him at very short distance because they're really close. And go ahead and roll for another strength roll, Pro Gamer Guns. The wolf. All right, do damage. While Pro Gamer Guns is grabbing the goblin, trying to throw him in the fire, the goblin next to him is going to pull out his short bow from behind him and aim at Skullface and attempt to shoot him with an arrow at 14, doing 7 damage. He pulls the arrow back, lets go. Skullface looking towards Max and Gothix is where they're going. Just hears in the last second as an arrow shoots past his side and hits him in the shoulder, taking 7 damage. 34, 32, 30, 30, 27. Rolled a 6. Plus 11. All right, all I wanted was 10. So boom. So Skull, very good. So Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to, as she's grabbing the guy, she kind of does a twist as the guy's like, you know, what the hell, and then throws him in the fire. He falls in and he starts, you know, he takes 2d10 plus 5 fire damage. And 6, 16, 11. Boom. He burns up. He starts saying, all of a sudden you just hear him go limp as he dies on the fire, and the smell of burnt goblin starts to fill the air. Crackles in the cave. Now I'm being pissed. That hurt. All right, now we go up to Gothix and Monarch and Max. We're gonna, unless Skullface, you got something to do, I can do both. All right, so what was the damage that Monarch did? Monarch rolled 20, rolled an 8. 8 plus what, Monarch? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, not a hit. I'm sorry. Wait, is the wolf, right? You're doing the wolf, right? Okay. The wolf. It's a 13. Yes. All right, it's a hit. Okay, so you did the wolf's armor class is 13. You got to hit a 13 to get it. All right, so do damage. All right, so the leaves start to form as they kind of telekinetically fly past, and me and blue, or me and Gothics and blue see, and it, the butterfly sends his leaf attack at the wolf. Wants to attempt to trick the goblin into the cage. Monarch rolled a 1 plus. What is it? Magical leaf is plus 4 damage. All right, so the wolf is looking at blue, and he's growing. All of a sudden, he just feels as a bunch of leaves fall in its side, and they dig into his side, and blue Monarch starts to just kind of maybe twist the leaf a little bit in anger for hitting his friend. All right, the other goblins are all going to start to attack. Seven. That's not high enough. One of the green goblin grabs his short bow to shoot past the bugbear at blue. He shoots at blue, and blue kind of just does one of these shoulder swings. Bing! The arrow bounces off his side. The other goblin grabs his short arrow as well, his short bow as well. 17. His second arrow goes towards blue as he aims. He shoots at blue, and it goes as the second arrow. He dodges the second one comes and gets him in the shoulder. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Blue is at 17 health. All right, Gothics, it is your turn. The other bugbear, not going yet. I grab some of the bugbear meat and walk over to the goblin. I would like to troll for persuasion in hopes to get him into the cage. Okay, so it's goblin meat that's sitting on it. So Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to walk over to the charred goblin body as the other goblin looks at her, and she proceeds to cut off a chunk of meat from the goblin comrade. As she walks over to the goblin comrade, she tries to persuade him and throws the meat of his fallen friend into the cage, and proceeds to be like, "Go get it, boy! Go get it!" Go ahead and roll for persuasion, Pro Gamer Guns. Roll a 20. Gothic's Rings rolled 11 with your crazy ass skills. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep. What are you using? I use my katana. It's a hit. All right, damage. Rolled a 6. The goblin looks at her and looks at the meat and looks back at her and is like, "What the hell?" And attempts to do an attack at her because he cut his friend's leg off, or cut his friend's skin off and tried to feed it to him. He rolled a 10 plus. Nope, that's not a hit. He runs at Pro Gamer Guns with his little scimitar and proceeds to strike at Pro Gamer Guns as she kind of just ducks a little bit and dodges as he kind of swings wide. Cannibalism. I need help. Can someone please help me? Skullface can be up next. Pro Gamer Guns looks around as she looks for her allies. She sees Skullface behind her. Let's see here. The rest of the group, busts in as they move in a little more. As the two goblins, this guy, we all kind of meet at each other's feet. Monarch and Blue and Max take a step back, or Monarch, Blue, and Gothics take a step back as the wolf on the chain held by the bugbear and the two goblins face to the back of the other bugbear towards Blue. and the bugbear proceeds to charge Gothics, and the wolf proceeds to charge Monarch as well, next to each other. So this is for the bugbear. Bugbear comes in yelling, "Roar!" and swinging from high up. Rolling a 6 plus his like nothing. Oh, I lost it. Nope, that's a miss. He swings wide. Blue Gothics kind of just steps back. The wolf proceeding to jumps towards Monarch. Rolling a 2. Monarch sees the wolf coming and kind of just flutters to the side as the wolf kind of jumps up a little bit, and they both kind of realize that they missed both their attacks, and they are quite embarrassed. All right, Skullface and Skullface, it is your turn. On Blue's turn, I'm going to do his Breath of Life on himself, for he is not looking too good. 1d10 plus 5. Blue proceeds to grab a bit of air, and a dust starts to form in his hand as a aura starts to surround him and absorb into his body. Oh, now it's 20. 1d10 plus 5. 5, 10. So he gets 10 health back. Blue revitalizes himself back to 27 health. It is now Pro Gamer Guns, Cowgirls, and Skullface's turn. Right here, babe. Your guys' turns. For here. Alright, it's a hit. You got a goblin right next to Pro Gamer Guns. Cowgirl gets her, sees Pro Gamer Guns, cries for help, and gets her 2 fireballs ready as she shoots her fireballs at the goblin. What's your damage, baby? Roll a 20. A 1 and a 9. Or you, plus 4. All right, so Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to try and grab another piece of meat. As she bends over to grab another piece of meat, 2 fireballs fly right past her, and boom, hit the goblin as he falls down and burns to ashes. Very good. All right, now it's our turn. Monarch, your turn, buddy. Gothics, your turn as well. Pro Gamer Guns, Shadow, Skullface, if you want to proceed to join us up here, you can. We have these 3 dudes right here. That's all we need to finish off. I like your ambition. Guys, roll a 17. Hit. My laptop clock is wrong. That's why the time's wrong. You're good. I'm not too worried about it. If it continues, I'll just roll for you. It's fine. I use my katana to cut the wolf's head off. Oh, fuck yeah. All right. So the wolf is, you know, that's chained to things, starts to look at Monarch, getting ready to do a second attack. As the wolf jumps up towards Monarch, all of a sudden you just hear this slice as the head falls, the body falls to the side, and you hear this flop as the fucking wolf takes. Go ahead, do your damage. The wolf is hurt. I mean, I knew that whatever you did next would kill it, but go ahead, do your damage. I sit down and take a breather. All right, 10. Your katana is a 10 plus 3, 13. Very good. And as the body falls down, flops, a nice little pool of blood starts to form at Gothix's feet as he tries to resist temptation. The bugbear, seeing this, flips the hell out that you killed his dog and gets ready to attack Monarch or Gothix in retaliation. As you see the red in his eyes. Rolls an 8. Nope. He's Gothix, looking down at the pile, kind of grinning to himself. See here, he doesn't even try to, just kind of does one of those as the mace kind of flies past him and lands smash at his near his feet. As Gothix kind of looks up like, oh yeah. I fly around the bugbear attempting to distract it. All right, roll a performance. Roll a performance or deceit. It could be deceit or performance, kind of your choice. But I would say deceit. Really, deception you have a +4. Your performance, you just have a +4. So it's both +4. Go ahead and roll a. So Monarch proceeds to fly around the bugbear as the bugbear kind of swats at him. He's like, what the hell? Pro Gamer Guns, you can decide to join the fight. Skullface, if you guys want to move your movement, you can move over to us. Feel free, don't have to wait your turn. I'm getting a little better at like being able to multi it. Just, go easy on me. Roll 29, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, it works. All right, Monarch sees to fly around as the sad scene in front of him kind of changes to a happier scene as his face kind of starts to chase the wee little butterfly, and Blue's or Monarch's kind of like, come on, as he turns his back on his compadres. The other two goblins proceed to see right through this and shoot for Max and Gothix with their short bows. 18. They both look at each other as they kind of giggle at the bugbear, and they both aim for fire and they hit Max and Blue as we're kind of enjoying the sight, and we go both of us get a shot in the shoulder with an arrow, taking 7 damage. 19 health, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 28. Alright, Skullface and Pro Gamer Guns and Cowgirl, it is your turn. Yes. I'd like to stay where I am. How many more creatures do we need to kill? I will need to go soon. Yeah, this is pretty much it right here. These 3. I think I wanted to take you guys to town and show you the town and stuff. I wanted you to be there for the town. Alright, I'm gonna move Pro Gamer Guns or I'm gonna move Skullface and Cowgirl over towards us. As the 4 of us stand in line, and our friend Sildar, he's still unarmored and doesn't have any weapons on him. And it crashed. Let's give it a sec. Roll 20, we'll reload. I run over to Gothix. Is the goblin in the cage? No, the goblin got killed by Cowgirl while you were trying to kind of distract it and stuff. It was kind of watching you, and it didn't pay attention. 2 fireballs hit it at decent strength. Blue is going to proceed to get a little revenge on these goblins as he walks up, and the goblins kind of don't really notice. They see this towering figure behind them as Blue gets ready to swing. Rolling a 12 plus his 5. That is more than enough. That is 17 on a 15 armor class. He proceeds to look at the little goblin with the quiver and fucking slices down. So that was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus 18 is 18. He proceeds to slam it down, and you hear the chink of the metal across stone as it's like knife through butter, as the goblin just kind of does one of those splits in half at our feet. The last goblin, seeing this, attempts to flee. Seeing his numbers are outnumbered, the bugbear yells back to the goblin, "You fucking coward!" As the goblin runs to about right here where his movement can get him. Wait for me, guys. All right. I proceed to do. Want to work together for an attack? Absolutely. We're kind of surrounding the guys. You know. The guy, doesn't really have a lot of options. I look to my friends and I'm like, wait, we might be able to intimidate him. And everybody starts to look around at each other, starting to contemplate the possibilities. What do you want to do? Can I mesmerize him? You can attempt a persuasion. I didn't give you a lot of crazy persuasion stuff. You have decent charisma, but I gave you more stealth and attacking. You have a +2 in your charisma and your persuasion. You chose persuasion as your skill, so you have a +4 in persuasion. It's not bad. You can attempt to. Being as it is, he is outnumbered. I will give you advantage roll on it, and you can roll twice. He's outnumbered. He's he's definitely not gonna. For gamers, you hear the clicking of her hooves as she runs up behind us and echoes in the cave as she joins the group. We're all a little beat up. Your guys' choice. This is one of those things where I'm not gonna choose and I'm not gonna play it. This is one of those, you guys decide what you guys want to go from here, and I can give you hints if you want of what we can do. But this is one of those moments you guys choose where you want to go from here. It's a story arc. Take your time. I'm just gonna get us to town, all right, Gothics? If you can at least hold out to town, let us get to town. You won't regret it. It's on our way out. It's just you have to think about where you're walking. We're in a cave that's a little too far. You just got to go around and get there, but it takes. No, we're. Ow. Oh, I didn't cheat you out of it. You didn't ask. Doesn't know that I'm the DM. I'm not supposed to like tell you what you know. Oh yeah, go ahead, grab your arrows. Uh-huh. I want to see what the guy knows about the cave. I roll for persuasion. Okay. Both of you can roll for persuasion, Gothics. Gothics probably has the better persuasion. Pro Gamer Guns has a +1 in her persuasion because she's a fighter, not a talker. Gothics has a +4 in his persuasion. He's not our best talker, but he's definitely a good talker. Monarch is our best talker, our best persuasion guy. I want to ask him where I should go if I want an adventure. Okay. Roll for persuasion is 7 + 1, 8. She proceeds to ask the bugbear as he's kind of sitting there armed, and he's like, wait, you know, where can I go for adventure? And he just looks and he kind of just points to everything around us. Kind of rolls his eyes. Cowgirl proceeds to ask, I don't. I don't do these social things. I know the answers. You gotta do them. Like, you can roll it. Go back and grab the wolf's head to mount it as a trophy in our hall. I'm putting it above the fireplace. But you do that. Gothics goes over and grabs the already severed wolf head and puts it in his bag. It you know, maybe tries to wrap it around with some other leather he found and puts it in his backpack. Yeah, that's why it's not helpful on purpose. You rolled a low number, and you're asking a character where you can go for adventure. That's not a very you know what, I don't know what to tell you. As far as the bugbear knows, this is adventure. He's got a very low intelligence. You gotta learn to ask the right questions. Skullface, I want to try and talk to the goblin. Okay, I missed that. Alright, I want to try and talk to the goblin and convince him I'm a friend, not an enemy. Their goblins are dead. Oh, the other goblin, he's running off. So if you want to move towards him, he's already got a head start on you. If you want to go run towards him, you can do that. A little talking. Yep, alright, so Skullface runs towards, in this movement, run towards the goblins. In that preceding time that it took him to move there, the goblin has moved here. As Skullface tries to get closer. So Monarch, the little butterfly wants to attempt. Go ahead. What do you want to say? The bugbear is, you know, was breathing really heavily and sweating, and now kind of as the fight has kind of settled down and everybody's kind of standing to stand still, his adrenaline is still there, but he's kind of lowered his guard a little bit, you know, as he kind of weighs his decisions. I would like to ask the fella in the hat where I can go if I want to seek combat. You go ahead, roll 20. Pro Gamer Guns walks up to the character, to Sildar Hallwinter, and proceeds to roll 20 to ask him where she can go for adventure. Actually, you think we can get him a new buddy? You know, the way the dog we found. Oh, you want to give him the dog that freaking Skullface has grabbed, huh? Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to walk up to the tired, distraught man, and he looks at the as he was like, "Excuse me, where can you go for adventure?" I don't know. I've been locked up in a cage for the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry, little fawn. I don't know where you could find adventure, but as far as I know, adventure is all around these worlds. I shout to him, "I won't attack you, for I am weak. Please, my friend, we can talk now." As you proceed to yell down the echo, the goblin hears what your words and ignores them fully as he keeps running, for he is a coward. As you proceed to chase him away from the group, as he runs down this hallway as well. He turns the corner. You do not. Not funny. Sorry. Take the hints. It means you're asking the wrong questions. I should too. I shout to him, "I won't attack you." Not my dog. When you're not getting the answer you want, that's a sign that you're not. That's something's different. You got to do something different. Don't keep doing the same question over again. It means you need to try something else. I will kill to protect. As Monarch suggests, hey, we could give you a new doggy, the bugbear's ear kind of perks up, but at the same time, Skullface somehow from way across the tunnel kind of is like, "Not my dog!" as he's running towards the goblin. I turn to Max and ask if are there any traps I should roll to be worried about. My character Max, as my character, I look to Pro Gamer Guns. And I'm like, well, we didn't see any traps coming in, thankfully. You know, I'm not really sure though. You know, we'll just have to keep our eye out. Young Fawn, you know, just keep a perceptive eye out. All right. So the bugbear proceeds to look at his options, and as the group starts to try and talk to him, he says, "All right, if you let me go, I'll walk away, and we'll forget this ever happened. And as long as you don't stab me in the back, I won't stab you in the back." Face palm. I run back to where our friend is. I run back and ask, "Where is our friend?" So, giving up on the goblin, for he turned way too many corners and ran off. Skullface proceeds to come back to about right here, as he wants to see what is going on. Fuck that! You're coming with us, buddy. Monarch, I suggest to Monarch, I'm like, you should try and you know, find out, you know, where who sent, you know, what are you guys doing here in this cave? You know, what brought you guys here? Why are you guys holed up in this cave? I'll ask for companionship. All right, go ahead. You either have you roll for persuasion. What is it? Your persuasion is +6. The challenge is it's pretty high, so good luck. You can roll for it. We can all be friends. the bugbear turns, winces at the idea of friendship with commoners, with humans, with humans. Rolls a 1. The bugbear spits at the idea of being friends with us, and as the spit lands right next to my feet, I look up and I just kind of kink my neck, and I'm like, "All right, buddy. Now you got 2 choices. You can either die here right now, or you can just drop your items and walk the hell off." And the bugbear looks down and weighs his decisions. $19, very nice. As Pro Gamer Guns also attempts to try and persuade, as well as Skullface, everybody walks up to the bugbear and we're like, "Come on, buddy, you can be our friend." And the bugbear, just hearing all these words, just fucking just starts running. Just get away from me, and runs the fuck off. Skullface, he shrugs you and pushes you aside as he gets to about right here. He's running, guys. I start to give chase as well. Skullface rolled a 20. Yep, nope. It's kind of, if you guys are want to know something, I'm gonna explain something to you guys. All right, this is Martin talking. Okay, there's a couple of things with when it goes with persuasion. Okay, no matter how good of a charmer you are, even if you roll a 20, you cannot persuade a king to give up his castle. You cannot persuade a mother to kill her child. You cannot convince, what else? What is the other one? There's mother, convince child. You cannot convince the king to give you his castle. Those are my best examples. No matter how high you roll, if it's in the core of the creature to be evil, it's gonna stay evil. It's not gonna persuade to be good, and he is an evil creature. He's not going to. So this is I'm not supposed to kind of give you these kind of the blatant ass hints, but I feel that it's necessary for you guys to understand where this is coming from. That it doesn't matter how high you roll, you can't convince the king to give you his castle. No matter how high you roll a 20, you cannot convince a mom to kill her child. So I just want to explain that to you right now. Is you can do that with a spell that's charm person. You can do it with a mind control spell. You can do it with a bunch of different spells and outer means. You can do these things, but you can't just do it without anything in your hand, no matter how good of a talker you are. So that might help you guys understand a little bit about it, is that unless you have an outside source like a spell, a scroll, some kind of magical item, you can't convince the king to give you his castle. I'm sorry. You can't convince a bugbear to be your friend. You know, like, no matter how good of a talker you are. So I'm sorry. You know, but that's kind of something that, you know, I guess I kind of need to explain to you guys how far you guys really can go just without powers. You guys have good talking skills, but you don't have a scroll or a item that can magically convince people to do stuff. So there you go. Gonna get some insect killer. My thing is bugging. All right, so he's running off. We're all trying to chase him. We can try and chase him down. I'm getting close, but I really don't think I'm gonna freaking make it. I kind of want to intimidate this guy, but he's way too far for me. What do you guys want to do? I'm chasing him. I'm trying to chase him down right now. What do you guys want to do? So did anybody hear me on that, or did their people's computers bug out and stuff like that during that whole thing? because that was really important. I don't want to have to tell you guys this like this because to me it ruins the game, but I feel that it helps you understand where your limits are as far as your base character is without powers. Like we are level 0. We're not levels. We're not any level. We're level 0. We have no levels. We're very low level, you know. Maybe you turned it on. I run up and intimidate. Alright, with your movement speed, you can go about 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets you to about half the bridge. Takes you about 6 seconds to do that. In that 6 seconds, he is already still moving. And keeps going. Man, I'm glad Blue didn't die. Blue was almost freaking died. He went down to like 12 health. All right, I grab Skullface as he's trying to run. I grab him on the shoulder and I tell him, "Wait." I'm like, just let him go. I'm like, you know, if he survives, we hope that he doesn't bring reinforcements, but you know, we can see if we can cut him off down this bridge. If you want to try that, we can run down here and see if we can cut him off on the roundabout because he has to go all the way around. As we say that, we hear the pitter-patter of another goblin's feet. As the goblin that we were talking about had made it to about right here near Cowgirl's ropes. I leave the cave. Alright. So I'm going to take it that everybody kind of leaves because Power Gamer Guns is having trouble and Gothix needs to get going. So Power Gamer Guns and Cowgirl proceed to grab Sildar and they kind of both put his arms around them as they, you know, carry him out and kind of walk with him, support him out as the whole group here proceeds to walk out a little bit or walk towards the outing. The just ahead of us, we run from here because we're not doing an acrobatics check. The bugbear makes it to about here. Ugh. This guy's gone. He runs out. All right. The whole team, you know, feeling battered and war-torn a little bit. You know, we got our friend Sildar. We start talking to Sildar on our way out, kind of getting a little more information as the guy is figurative and literally be burning bridges. Yeah. All right, so we're starting to make it out. We slip through the chimney one by one, helping each other out as we make it out the cave. And we start to walk in the sun. You know, we've been in the cave for a little while, and we walk out of the cave, and the sun kind of shines in our eyes, and we kind of readjust to the light of the real world. And oh, nobody searched for loot. Oh darn. All right, so we still have the boxes that we found with the crates with the East Indian Trading Company logo, the brown boat on it. Skullface proceeds to walk up to his pet. The dog is, you know, more or less excited to see him, gives him a small lick on the hand, and kind of still backs away. Skullface, go ahead and roll an animal handling check. Oh, he said, be right back. Son of a bitch. Monarch, did you say anything? Did I miss anything? Okay, no. I'm sorry. I can tell you guys are a little disappointed that you guys can't convince a king to give you his castle without some outside means. But yeah, like, convincing the bugbear was never gonna happen. He is an evil creature. His alignment is, he's war torn. They either flee or they fight to the death. They never become your companion. They never surrender. They either run or they fight to the death. They basically, that's kind of how it goes with them. Chaotic evil. Yeah, his alignment is chaotic evil. He ain't gonna be your friend. I'm sorry. Beasts, though, they're neutral. Wolves are neutral. They're just animals. You should have kept that going until we figured it out. That's the thing, is you guys weren't figuring it out. You guys kept rolling for that persuasion, and he, like, that's what it was. That was me going until you figured it out, was him going like, get off me, don't touch me, as he runs the hell off and runs away from everybody, as all the good vibes and friendship rays fucking freak him the hell out. So we come out of the cave. We come to our friends. Where the hell is Percy and Molly? Gothix is Landstrider. Molly. Okay. Let's see here. Let's do this. We're gonna copy this entire posse. Look how many people we got here. Jesus. We're gonna go back. So we everybody grabs a box together, as we take the boxes with us, and maybe we'll get some kind of, somebody's, obviously some company owns it, and so we're gonna take it with us to town, and maybe we can sell these items, for ourselves and get some money for it. Roll 20. Yeah, Okay, so the animal handling roll goes well. Skullface proceeds to kind of get a little pat on the head, as the wolf kind of lets him pat him on the head, but then kind of backs off, and everybody proceeds to grab a box. Monarch excluded, Skullface excluded, as we head down the Tribor Trail, walking past our the traps that we had seen before, as we proceed to walk back to our cart. Yeah. The forest, it's about, I'd say, about 3 in the afternoon now, and the sun is high in the sky. The birds are chirping. The wind is crisp, as you hear that kind of wish between the trees. We see Ulrich and Spider King sitting with the cart, as everybody is like, yay, what's up? We return with all that stuff, and Skullface and Spider King kind of eyes widen as the group has grown by a couple of numbers. So we proceed to move the cart back on the path. We got Skullface in the back. Move him like this. That, and there's Sir Ulrich as well, holding it down. Roll for stealth. So everybody's hopping back on their creatures. I'm just arranging everybody back up. What did I just... I can't believe I just did it. I did that again. I redoubled everything. I hate when I do that. I press Control Paste twice. There's doubles. Everybody finds a doppelganger of themselves as we all look at our twins. You're like, I'm the real Max. No, I'm the real Max. No, I'm the real Max. He dives down to size here. Skullface walking with his doggy. The doggy kind of behind him, not in front of him, as it follows him, not leading him. Pro Gamer Guns and Cowgirl. Max and Cowgirl driving the cart. I feel bad. I still need to name my mount. I know, right? I want to go see Molly. What should we call ourselves? That's a very good question. What should we call ourselves? Double Trouble. What up, Valentine? Good to see you, man. Welcome back, buddy. Gothix hops on his, as he walks up to his mount, and, you know, as he looks up and holds on to the long-ass legs that it has. And he proceeds to hop up on top of the back of thing. Monarch following in the back left as well. Blue on Percy. We need to find Percy. Where's Percy? Percy the Griffin. Son of a bitch. Of course, the one thing I don't have. Hey, it should work. Okay, yeah. Cool. I was like, it better work. Pro Gamer Guns. Sneeze. Alright, this is our group. These horses. Oh, and our stuff too. Can't forget this stuff. And Sildar. Sildar proceeds to hop on the cart as well in the back. Okay. Death among the living. I stares at my dog. Oh, damn, you look good. I look good. Shut up, you silly. You're ridiculous. Do something real quick. Make sure I do this right. Okay. Alright, so we proceed to take Sildar with us, and as we're heading up the Tribor Trail, we start to ask him about himself and, you know, what brought him to our kingdom, and friends with our friend Gunderson Rockseer. You know, this man is a human, about 50 years old. You know, he's seasoned. He proceeds to tell us about that he used to be in the Lord's Alliance, an organization devoted to the justice and, you know, fairness in the lands. A group of allied political powers concerned with the mutual security and prosperity. Members of the order ensure the safety of cities and other settlements by proactively eliminating threats of any means. You know, as we start to head up to town, he tells us more about you know, what brought him here. I'm gonna play him out a little bit. So I knew the three Gunderson brothers. You know, I met them a long time ago, and the Gunderson, he told me about the Wave Echo Cave, a long lost cave, centuries ago. You know, before the land of the city of Phandalin was founded, there was an old civilization that got destroyed by the orc raids in the 300 years ago. The caves were a place. The Wave Echo Cave was a mineral-rich deposit full of gems and magical powers, and the groups of humans and gnomes gathered together to kind of harness the powers of the Wave Echo Cave, and they built the Spell Forge. The Spell Forge, it was a great forge used by many wizards and gnomes to give magical properties and give, you know, powers, ultimate powers to suits of armor, to maces. And when the great orc raids of centuries ago happened, and the orcs swept through the land and destroyed all this area, Wave Echo Cave was one of the final standoff places, and there was a great battle between the spellcasters and the gnomes as they fought off the orc raids. And in all that magic and all that power and energy, it caused the cave to cave in, and the cave was lost forever. For centuries, no one's found this cave, the long lost Wave Echo Cave. So our buddy Gunderson told me that he found it. You know, Sildar tells us he found him and his brothers, they're miners, they're dwarves, they found the secret entrance to the Wave Echo Cave, and they're not the only ones that are probably, you know, looking for it. You know, that it's probably gotten out that there's an entrance been found, hence why we were ambushed. Me Capra. Think that's for a name of the group. What's the KKK? No. Black Hat Concorder. So as we're listening to the story, make sure you guys get your pencils and your papers and start getting ready to write down some stuff as we proceed to enter the town. So it is about 8 p.m. when we start to see over the bend. We start to see the shapes of houses, as about maybe 40 to 50 different wood style houses come ahead of seem to form ahead of us. Of course that one doesn't want to load. It's the most important one. Yay, load. All right. We start to see the town of Phandalin as the rest of the group starts to kind of, you know, relax, and that tension of battle starts to dissipate around us as we see the lovely town ahead of us. I'll let it load in because there's a lot to do. That's gonna crash. Gonna crash. Yep. You dare. Yep. Chrome not responding. There we go. Alright. This is the town of Phandalin. We're coming from the south, heading north. You see a bunch of farms, you see a bunch of towns. It's night, you know, 8 o'clock starts to roll around, and the town is starting to settle down. As we walk into town, people look up from what they're doing, but, you know, promptly return to what they were originally doing as nighttime starts to fall. We start to see what looks like ruins of an old civilization, as Phandalin was built on top of a decayed kingdom a long time ago. So remnants of that kingdom still exist as we look, and we see like old stone walls and old towers crumbled around as time starts to take over and not forget, but start to rebuild. Peter's not taking it. Phandalin. Phandalin. Phandalin is the name of the town. So I will proceed to pick us up. Objects and tokens, right? Yep. Paste us all here. Oh, as the group shows up. We're a little big. A lot bigger than I wanted us to be. We come into town stomping like giants. Roll us up a little bit. Well, we proceed to walk up. We see, we see signs for Alderleaf Farm. We see the woodworker signs. We see what looks like the Phandalin's minor exchange to our right, as it's been a while since we've been in a town, and we haven't been in a town this size in since our very own kingdom. Our kingdom being a little much bigger. Okay, Peter's not handling this right now, as you can tell. It's lagging it up real bad. Like, what are you doing? You're wanting to do too much. I don't understand. Sildar turns to us as he looks around, and he kind of comes to the front of the cart, and he's like, Phandalin, we've arrived. As a sigh of relief comes over the whole group as we enter town. We come up and we see the East Indian Trading Company sign to our left. I look to my friends and I'm like, well, we can either go, talk to them now and tell them we found some stuff that might be theirs, or we can proceed to find us some lodging. And Sildar, kind of pats me on the shoulder as he, between me and Cowgirl, as he goes, yes, lodging. Lodging would be a good idea. I have heard good things of the Stonehill Inn. As we proceed to walk into about the middle of the town, to our left seems to be the grass, the green of the town. As we kind of stop and we assess where we want to go. We have the Stonehill Inn to our front, right here, and we also have the Townmaster's Hall to our left. I turn to my comrades and I ask, what would you guys like to do? Call ourselves the Empire? Hell no. Vox Machina! No, I'm just kidding. Vox Machina is the name of Critical Role's group. Which is weird because they have two people named, we have one person, they have twins, so one of the rogue assassins is named Vex, and the other one is Vax, and everybody always messes it up. And then they have Vox Machina. I'm like, you guys set yourself up. Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to roll for loot to look around in the town. She sees to see if she can find some coins, maybe a chest or something, but the town is built and there's plenty of people around, so anything that's shiny or worth any money gets picked up by people pretty quick. We call ourselves Vault Hunters. Dungeon Hunters. Did you have any, I want to buy and steal stuff, but I gotta go fare thee well, thy awesome family. That's alright, I kind of wanted to get us here at least. You'll be able to go from here next time you play, because we're at least in town. And you can do anything you want once you're here. Well, not anything you want, but, you can go places. Alright, Gothics, good night, sir. Have a good night. Thanks for playing, buddy. We'll miss you, man. our vampire assassin as he heads away. I proceed to look at Pro Gamer or Cowgirl and Skullface, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check out the. I'm gonna go follow Sildar and go check out the inn. As Sildar heads off in front of us, and the door shuts behind him. No. He proceeds to head in. Here we have the inside of the inn. It's a 2-story inn. On our right we have the beds. There's 2 stories and there's 6 beds on each story. Sildar goes around the left side into the inn, and it crashes. Good night, Gothics. We'll miss you, man. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Never did tell me how the interview went. The nearest butcher. Alright. There's a store over here near Barthen's Provisions you can head to. Alright, so there's 2 places to go to. There's Barthen's Provisions, where it's more supplies and food, and then there's the East Indian Trading Company. That's where most of the weapons and stuff are. Sildar finds himself a bar stool and orders himself some ale at the Stonehill Inn, as the rest of the group figures out what they want to do. I wish to go into a store. There's the East Indian, there's the Smitty too. I haven't really figured out the store for the Smitty. I'm gonna arrange everybody here a little bit. Park everybody. East Indian Trading Company. Alright. Put these boxes over here. Guys over there. Percy and Blue right here. Start kind of arranging everybody right now. Skullface and the Fox, or Wolf, Silver, right here. Pro Gamer or Monarch right here as well. I walk into the goods shop and strike up a conversation with the clerk. All right. So, since everybody's spreading out, we're gonna do it one at a time, and I'll just come back and forth, and we'll do it in initiative. So we got Skull, Pro, Max. Okay, we got Skull, Pro, and Max. Monarch, anything you trying to do? So, Skullface proceeds to tell the dog to follow him as he and the dog, or Silver, start to walk together towards Barthen's Provisions. I proceed to yell to Skullface as he walks off that, tell Barthen we have his supplies. Barthen is the person we were supposed to meet up with the mining supplies. And so be sure to tell him that when you head into the shop, alright? So, Skullface proceeds to walk over to Barthen's Provisions, and he walks into the store, and ding-ling-ling! Absolutely, you can sell your Warlock Rod. You can sell it at any store you want. Pro Gamer Guns, proceeds to walk into the East Indian Trading Company. That one I actually have an interior. I wasn't able to get Barthen's provisions done in time. I got its store done, but I didn't get its inside done. So Pro Gamer Guns walks up. Alright, so I will show you guys the menus for both. Me and Cowgirl walk into the inn and proceed to take a seat and order some food as well. We don't sit with Aldar. Me and Cowgirl prefer to sit together, not at the bar stool. First her to sit at the table. So we will do Skullface's interaction first. He walks into Barthen's Provisions. Ding-a-ling-ling. As he walks in, he sees an old man, about, you know, with balding haircut, with little glasses. Give me a second. Why don't I have that? Don't judge me. I need to double check stuff. Including Elmar. Alright, so he walks into, Skullface walks in. I will be playing the role of Mr. Barthen. He looks and goes, "Hi, welcome, sir. Welcome to Barthen's Provision. We're open from sunup to sundown." That's not an old man. Skullface proceeds to look around and see what he can buy. We have your supplies. You do, you say? Are they the supplies from Gunderson? As I pull up the map. So Skullface proceeds to say, yes, the provisions that Gunderson hired us to send, we have them. They're in our cart just in front of the Stonehill Inn. As he proceeds to look around, he starts to see the menu, the items on the list. If you're able to read this, let me know. If you're not, you know, I will make it bigger. There you go, that might help a little bit. But this is what is in Barthen's Provisions right now. So Pro Gamer Guns, you are in the East Indian Trading Company, unless you want to walk over to Barthen's. I will do your East Indian Trading Company in a second. We're going to do it in turns since everybody's split up. If you want to proceed to walk over to Barthen's Provisions, come on over. Because technically you are over at the... You told me you wanted to go to the East Indian Trading Company. As Skullface is walking around, he sees that Barthen heads into the back and calls his two helpers to go, you know, fetch the cart. And let's see here. Gothix proceeds to hop on the cart and take the provisions with him over to Barthen's. And two young men meet Gothix outside the store and proceed to start unloading the boxes. So Pro Gamer Guns. Pro Gamer Guns wants to walk over to the provisions as well. So as she sees a lady standing in front of her desk attending her store at the East Indian Trading Company, she quickly turns around and without missing a beat, heads off to Barthen's. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. So Pro Gamer Guns walks up to and grabs this rope and walks up to Mr. Barthen and says, "I'd like this rope. It's pretty strong and sturdy looking. I'd like to buy this for 10 gold." And Mr. Barthen looks at her and goes, "Oh well, that's a hard sale. I could go as low as 18." You can roll for persuasion. Go ahead, roll for persuasion. And how much money do you have total for Gamer Guns? You too, Skullface. Do you have any spare meat for my dog? His name is Silver and he's very hungry. Mr. Barthen, he proceeds to, scratch his head. He's like, I think I have something in the back. And he goes around the corner and he comes back around and he brings you out some dry aged pork, almost like beef jerky in ways that stores well, and proceeds to tell you, I'll sell you this for about 20 gold.
And save $50 on this master-built extra large temperature control smoker.
$15, very good. Alright, Pro Gamer Guns bats her eyes a little bit as she flashes her eyebrows towards the clerk, and the clerk, grabs his chin and is like, I'll go down to about 15. As that's going on, 14 and we have a deal. Alright, young fawn, you have yourself a deal. Alright. I'll take that 14 gold and Gamer Guns, you have right now you're sitting at like what, 145? That's what I have written down, is you're at 145 right now. So minus 14. $131. I roll for presentation, sir. Can I please get it a bit cheaper? I do not wish for silver to starve. Go ahead and roll for persuasion. Monarch, you still there, buddy? You can buy stuff and sell stuff too, sir. You have a bunch of stuff. Molly kind of chills over here with Gothix' Landstrider. And Blue and Percy. Along with Ulrich as well. You rolled a 9 plus your persuasion. What is your persuasion? +5, 9, 14. All right. So the old man grabs his glasses and looks and goes, I'll go down to 14. I would like to buy a potion of fire breath. I offer the clerk 35 gold. Very nice. $35, huh? All right. The old man looks at it and to the fawn and goes, "Ah, the price tag is 45, my lady." Go ahead and roll for persuasion. Let's see here. So Skullface, you've talked him down to about 14 gold from 20. I think we lost Monarch. Rolled a 6. Oh. The guy looks down and he's like, I could go down to about 40, my lady. I want to learn how to haggle more now. A tear falls from my face. Oh, okay, Monarch will be right back. Okay. I could do 40. Yeah. 40 sounds about fair. Skull bought a that puts you down to 91 coin. Here, thank you. Alright, so that's a little bit of food for Skullface. Dried meat. Dried pork. Like jerky. Dried pork jerky. You said we did it for 14 coin. And you are at 100, so we go down to 24, 26, 86. We're at 91 coin right now. To the Empire. No, we're not being called the Empire. I veto that name right now. To the Empire. Or are we just saying to the Empire? Because if you're saying just to the Empire, to the Kingdom, that's okay. I don't know about that. Oh. Alright, so getting a wild hair on my ass. I tell Cowgirl, hang on, watch my stuff real quick, and I walk out of Stone Hill Inn and I walk up towards Gothics, and I see the young kids unloading the mining equipment. They're not unloading these boxes because these boxes are East Indian Trading Company, and I tell them, like, hey, watch those boxes, you know, please don't take those ones. Those are the boxes we plan to sell or return. And I walk into the store to see what Skullface and Pro Gamer Guns are up to. I see Skullface just outside the store giving some beef jerky to his doggy, as the dog's tail, or his silver's tail, wags, and I proceed to look at the menu myself. What do we have here? Torch, a quiver, some healer's kit,
I want to sell him some of my stuff. What do I have? I have a rope of climbing, a potion of cure disease. I want to sell my saddle of the cavalier. I don't know. Oh, I don't have my caltrops in. I have a wand of missiles. Oh,
sell anything. Follow to the closest shady tree. Oh, to the Empire. Got it. All right. Seeing the, as I walk in, I look around, not seeing anything crazy interesting. I proceed to follow my friends outside as the two of us kind of, pro gamer guns. She has a potion of fire breath now. We're at 91 coin right now. You're at 91 iridium, pro gamer guns. At least that's my record is showing. You have your rope and your fire breath. Put that in your items. Be sure to write that down. Keep that in your backpack. Monarch, we're at the store. We're heading to the East Indian Trading Company if you want to follow us. Gothix is unloading the boxes, or watching over as the kids will unload the boxes. And we are heading out to the East Indian Trading Company right across the street. The town is starting to calm down as 8-9 o'clock is arriving, and the store, we walk into the store and she's about to put the sign on the store, and we happen to bust the door open as she kind of walks away from the stairs really quick, acting like she wasn't closing, but we kind of saw it through the stained glass that somebody was walking up to the gate of the stairs, and we weren't too sure where the hell that person went. I was half expecting somebody to walk out. The three of us walk into East Indian Trading Company, and there's a lady working the store. And I walk up to the lady and I say, good day. May I ask your name? And she proceeds to say, Elra Greywind is my name, sir, and welcome to my store. We are part of the East Indian Trading Company. We have many, many trading posts in this kingdom. If you find anything you like, please let me know. Otherwise, you break it, you buy it. And we have a little laugh. And Pro Gamer Gun and Skullface proceed to look around the store. A Skullface, a warlock. He's a wizard. Alright, and there's your menu. As everybody looks around to see what they like. Monarch, if you want to sell your items, you feel free to enter the store, can sell your items. The lady. I was going to sell some stuff, but I guess I don't really want to get rid of my Acid Splash Scroll or Potion of Cure Disease or anything like that. Ma'am, may I ask if you have any armor for an animal? She proceeds to kind of not get confused by the question, but she looks and she's like, no, I do not, but you could give me a couple of days and I might be able to find something, or maybe have the smithy fashion something for you, but it might cost you a pretty coin. I sell my rod then. Sell your rod. Alright, how do you roleplay selling your rod? Monarch, seeing his friends enter the stores, feels that his backpack is heavy as well. and proceeds to follow his friends into the store. Having a little trouble with the door, he kind of bats and hits at it as a fly does a window. Skullface, seeing this and hearing it, walks up to see what the heck the noise is and sees Monarch with his -2 strength sitting outside the door, as the door is a pull, not a push, and proceeds to walk in with Skullface. The lady checks out Monarch as she's never seen a giant butterfly fly into her store willingly. Can I sell my gloves? Absolutely. What is it? You can sell your gloves. Your staff is the one thing you can't sell because it'll disintegrate. But your gloves you can sell. The ones that stop damage coming to you. Potion of greater healing. My offer is 19 gold. Roll for persuasion. She rolls a 12. Go to the bathroom if you need to go to the bathroom. It's fine. 19 coin, huh? What is the price that I have set for that? Potion of greater healing. 2d8, 25. My offer is 19 coin. The Grey Wind looks at her and goes, I'll do it for 20. I lance, she rode in the air, poking at it. I dance, she rode in the air, poking at it, and with utter detail cast a aura of light in hopes of increasing the value and then sell it. I lance, she rod in the air, poking. What is that? What is that sentence? You gotta help me out with that one. I don't understand that sentence. I lance, she rod in the air, poking at it, and with utter detail cast a aura of light. That part I get. Cast an aura of light in the hopes of increasing the value of it and then sell it. I don't understand what I lance, she rod in the air, poking at it means. Monarch proceeds to cast light on his object, the rod, as the room starts to fill out with a bright I lance the rod. What does lance the rod mean? I enhance the rod? I wish to ask her if she could make a trade for my glove of missile snaring. Not a bad idea. She that's a very good idea. So she walks, or Skullface walks up to Lady Greywind and proceeds to take off the gloves and put it on the table, and Lady Greywind, looking at it, proceeds, and Skullface is like, I'd like to trade. And she looks at it and she says, I'll offer you 50 coin, or 50 gold for these gloves. And trade in value if you like. So Monarch proceeds to charm the rod of the Pact Keeper with light, and it brights up, and he puts it on the table, and the lady, kind of feigning as she recognizes a simple light charm, it goes, yeah, I'll buy the rod for you for 30 coin, or 30 gold. I proceed to follow my friends, and I look around and I see this javelin, and on it are some inscriptions, and it looks like a bluish silver color, and it reads on the sign, Javelin of Lightning, and my eyes start to grow a little wider, and I look and I start to read its things, and it says, speak the command word, roll 20. On a hit, each creature in the line between you and target must roll a 13 dex saving throw, taking 4d8 lightning damage on a fail and half damage on save. Base javelin damage is a 1d10. meaning the javelin does 1d10, and then on top of it does lightning damage. I grabbed the javelin, and the lady's eyes perk up as a valuable item has been picked up, and she goes, "Oh, you looking at the javelin of lightning, huh?" And I grab it, and I'm like, man, lightning has a weakness with me, and I walk up to her next to my comrades as they all start to haggle, and I prepare to haggle myself. I wish to ask her if we could make a trade for my gloves of missile snaring. How about this, my lady? Skullface says. I'll give you this and some coin for armor for silver. Very good. So she proceeds to look at the gloves, and she weighs the amount of money in her head, and she says, 50 coin. And she goes, well, I do not. And she looks to Skullface, and she says in a nice, kindly voice, well, I do not have animal armor per se, but I might be able to talk to the smithy and get you something, but it's going to cost you a lot more than 50 coin or 100. You're probably looking at about 250 coin for some special armor for your dog for the smithy. You most likely it might cost you cheaper if you actually go talk to the smithy yourself. Otherwise, we can do the deal here because I can give you the coin. In the smithy, he's not into buying magical items. He'll craft items, but he doesn't really buy. He sells. So if you were willing to trade, we could work something out. But we're looking at about 250 gold to make some customized wolf armor. I call in Silver, and Silver proceeds to here's the call, and where is he? Where did he go? There he is. He was about here, down here, near the exit, and he hears the whistle, and he proceeds to grab the handle with his mouth and pull it open, and walks in, and Monarch kind of looks at him a little jealous like. And the lady proceeds to go, no dogs allowed. Skullface quickly tells him, turn around, and the dog quickly, goes outside and waits outside.
That never ends. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, where incredible selection, great people, and memorable experiences all come together. Come in today for great Labor Day deals, like ladies' V-neck tees starting at under $13.
Oh yeah, not for being here a lot of times, like 5 times, so I'm sorry. I love you guys. Well, bye, Valentine. We miss you, man. Speak up, talk, tell me, say stuff. I was enjoying the listening to you guys picture what we would call our group's name. We'll see you. We'll see you later, man. I'll miss you. I'm back. Well, I wish to talk to the smithy. All right, not a problem. So it is about 8:45 right now. It takes you about another 10 minutes to walk out the store. Yeah, and you walk out to the store, and you not getting any. You tell Silver to follow you, and you head up to the left, and you see. Here, because nope, not the path. Okay. This. All right. Skullface walks out. By the time you get to the smithy, you notice that the coals are just cooling down. There is no merchandise outside, and the closed sign is on the door. You scared of my doggy? How much did I get for the potions for? I offered the Miss Greywind offered you 20 coin. Monarch, hey, what are you doing, buddy? You tried to sell the item to her with light. She said she will offer you about 30 coin, Monarch, but the light spell didn't really impress her. She's aware of what a simple light charm is. I myself, Pro Gamer Guns, I am looking. Can I persuade her for a higher price? Absolutely. Go ahead and try. Go ahead and roll persuasion. You were in the brothel. No, you didn't buy it. I didn't NPC roleplay it for you. Didn't need to. If you want to buy it, you go ahead. Or you can do that. You can do the deal for 20. We'll sell it to you for 20. I myself am looking at this Javelin of Lightning. I proceed to... I offer her 80 coin. And I roll for persuasion. Rolled a 19. Oh, very nice, very nice. Alright, so Monarch, with his charmingness, proceeds to land on the little table of the merchants and bats his fluttery, prettiness. And the lady, seems impressed by this display of colors, as she agrees to go. What are you trying to sell it for? How much? What would you? She looks to you and she goes, oh, "What are you offering to me, Mr. Barterfly?" I wish to go to the tavern, sweet. Alright, so Skullface, seeing that the smithy is unfortunately closed, being that it is about 9 p.m. now in town, he tells himself, and he looks to Silver and he goes, "It's okay, boy. We'll give it a shot tomorrow. I'm sure the smithy will be open tomorrow." As they proceed to walk towards the inn, Skullface tries to walk in with Silver, and the bartender goes and Skullface, quickly realizing what it is, tells poor little Silver to go outside, and Silver finds his friends over here, the rest of the group of animals chilling, and Skullface comes and he sees Cowgirl sitting, eyeing the inn, and he joins her across a seat as they sit together at the inn. $35. And I was gonna give him 4. I was gonna give her. She was going to give you 30. You want 35? All right. She looks to you and she goes, "That seems like a fair price. I'll take it." And she grabs the rod off the table and proceeds to hand you 30 gold. Monarch. Monarch, that puts you at 135. You also have unbreakable arrows, and you have your hat of disguise. You have a pack of 5 unbreakable arrows. How much gold do you have? You have 91 gold right now on Pro Gamer Guns. I started everybody off with 100. Being is that we kind of forgot to loot that entire cave. We missed out on some shit. I forgot myself too, but that's the thing is I'm the DM. I'm not supposed to tell you guys to loot if you guys don't remember to loot. On you guys. Walk up to the bar with my face hidden in my hood. Alright. Skullface proceeds to walk up to the bar stool. He walks next to there's a guy between Sildar and Skullface. I forgot about looting in general. I know, so did I. I did too. I would have looted too if I remembered. We did though. We missed some stuff, but that's okay. Yeah, it's not like there isn't plenty of better loot ahead of us. That loot was okay. I'm not gonna say it was the best loot in the world, but it was okay. A couple of healing potions and stuff. As Skullface, we go back to the bar, to the East Indian Trading Company, and I roll for persuasion for my 80. Instead of the 100, I roll a 5. She looks to me and she goes, you know, that's some fine craftsmanship. I'm not gonna go any lower than 95. And I look to her and I look at my coin purse. Where's my coin purse? I have 120 coin. Expensive ass freaking javelin. No, I guess not. I tell her, I'm like, thanks for the offer, you know, but 95 is too high for me. Let's see, what other, did I see anything else that I liked on the menu? Crossbow bolts, we got a kunai, repeating crossbow, hand axe, fire bullets. Oh, that one, oh, that was for Gothics. Sentinel shield, huh? +3 strength required. This simple metal shield is emblazoned with the symbol of an open eye. While holding the shield, you have an advantage on initiative rolls. You get to reroll your initiative roll if you buy this shield. And wisdom and perception checks. 150 freaking gold. Yeah. No. I would like to attempt to buy what for 80? I look around a couple more things and I see that there's a couple things, but I'm like, you know what, I'll give it some time. Maybe we should go. I look to Pro Gamer Guns, and I look as both of us don't really have a lot of money, and I proceed to tell her in the store, you know, we should go on some adventures and we should go loot and stuff, and we'll come back another day and we'll buy some more stuff, but we don't want to spend all our money if we don't have it. You know, we probably still need to pay for lodging in the inn. We haven't even paid for the inn to stay at night. I haven't even gotten any food. I'm low on health. So I proceed to nod to Miss Greywind and tell her, you know, thanks for everything. Oh, before I forget, ma'am, I tell her, we found some boxes with your symbol for your East Indian Trading Company. And I almost forgot to tell you that we found these in a cave. And she looks to me and she goes, really? Well, our our trading caravans have been getting raided left and right by orcs and goblins and bugbears alike. I had considered that caravan lost. And she goes, if you bring me the boxes, you know, I will check out the material and I'll pay you some fine coin for bringing me back my boxes and bringing back some of my stuff. I talk to the barkeep with my face hidden still. Alright, so I proceed to walk out. Pro Gamer Guns, are you gonna follow or are you still chilling in the store? Alright, I walk up and I see Skullface and Sildar sitting at the tavern as Skullface, with his head kind of obviously hanging downwards so he keeps the shadow in his hood. I proceed to walk up to Cowgirl and I'm like, what the heck's going on over there? And I proceed to grab a menu and see what we can eat at this fine establishment. I would like to sell her the box I carried. Yeah, so it's basically a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so I attempt to rob the clerk for 100 gold. Okay. All right. So Pro Gamer Guns grabs her knife and she points at this as Lady Greywind and she goes, and roll for intimidation. Lady Greywind grabs her sword and she points her sword back at Pro Gamer Guns as now she is robbing the store. Right now, no guards are aware, but Lady Greywind has some pretty good stats as she proceeds to tell you, all right, young fawn, I see that we have come to a disagreement, but I best be warning you. You try to rob me store and the entire East Indian trading company will come down on you. Not to mention the guards and, people of this town. I'm armed with my Naginata. As she grabs her Naginata, she proceeds to look to Lady Greywind. Lady Greywind rolls to attack because she's not going to play this game in her own store. She rolls a 10 with her +6. She doesn't hit. She just hits you at 16. She hits and does her 2d10 +8. 10, 9, 10, 11, 18, 20. She proceeds to strike Pro Gamer Guns and cut her across the cheek as she does 20 damage to Pro Gamer Guns. Pro Gamer Guns is now at 11 health and ready to attack. Go ahead and do your attack, Pro Gamer Guns. Monarch, seeing this go down, kind of backs away from the fight right now, kind of not wanting to put himself in this situation. What's the cheapest drink you have? 9, her 2d10 +8. Rolled a 7. Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to try and strike Lady Greywind as Greywind kind of takes the armor and ping, takes the armor down. Lady Greywind goes in for a second attack. Rolling a 2, she tries to strike back and she misses her attack. Pro Gamer Guns jumps back. Monarch, can you please defuse this situation because she's attacking the town and not representing the crown very positively? I alarm the others. Monarch proceeds to run out the store. Thank God the store is at a pull, not a push to get in. So he is able to actually slip through the little hole because he wasn't able to pull it. So he pushed it out and he gets to about this far. He calls out to Blue and to Skullface and Ulrich. And Blue and Skullface and Ulrich ask him what the hell's going on. And Monarch proceeds to go, I don't know, Pro Gamer Guns just started attacking Lady Greywind in the store. And they start to head in as well. At this moment, Skullface, Max, and Cowgirl, and everybody is not aware. There is no witnesses right now hearing this go down. It is kind of down between Pro Gamer Guns and Lady Greywind. I run out, spooked, hop on Molly, and fly off. Pro Gamer Guns, you know, ties her Naginata back behind her and fucking runs out and runs up the stairs, and Lady Greywind kind of chases her out of the store as Blue and Monarch are heading hastily towards, and Monarch, Pro Gamer Guns jumps out and runs past her and runs towards the group, and Lady Greywind chases her down and shaking her fists and is like, that's right, and I better not see you around this part again. And Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to jump onto Molly and fly off to a little safer of a distance. We will put you to about right here on Molly, flying past. Gothic sees you fly past on Molly as the kids are unloading the boxes and stuff like that, wondering what the hell. Blue proceeds to ask Monarch, what the hell was that about? And Monarch kind of just shrugs his shoulders and is like, I don't know. Very good, very good. All right. I run to the store clerk. Well, right now, Skullface, you're not aware of what's going on. We are currently in the tavern eating route to order some food. We have no idea this is going on right now. There were no witnesses. She's yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, hey, this is the thing. You can do whatever you want. I'm just glad I didn't fucking kill her because that would have been bad. But yeah, she's gonna be pissed at you now. You're not gonna be able to go to the store, and you'll probably have to hide out around. Definitely don't want to see her on the streets. What is it? So let's go back to us. So Skullface or Blue and Monarch proceed to talk to each other, and they walk in and they enter the bar and they see Sildar and they kind of just chill. They're you know, aware of what happened, but they don't really say anything, and they come over to the table, and Blue sits next to Cowgirl as Monarch sits next to me, and they proceed to ask, so what are we eating? It seems that Monarch and Blue don't really want to tell on Pro Gamer Guns. They kind of just want to chill. Blue's never been the person to be a snitch, so that's kind of how I'm playing him. Now, what did I do with Monarch? Where did you go, Mr. Monarch? Did I delete you? Did I shrink you? Where are you? We're just here. Yeah, there you are. You are right there. We'll play it out. We'll play it out. We'll see how things go. Okay. Alright, there were no witnesses. Barkeep, what's your cheapest drink? As, you know, Pro Gamer Guns, you know, is out doing her thing. Sneaky stitches, that's how the old saying goes. Alright. Well, I did tell you you can do anything. I never said there wouldn't be repercussions, though. You know, it's coincidence, the real world. You know, things, there's laws in place. All right, so we're in the bar. We're let's see here. Let me zoom in. Let me do this. Pro Gamer Guns is still flying around on Percy. If you want to try and come back, you can, or whatever. Just tell me what you want to do. This is what I'm trying to. All right, so we're going from there to here. Let me change the menu. We're in the Stonehill Inn. The signs on the wall say Stonehill Inn. As we open up our menus, we proceed to see what we have. As Skullface asks, what is your what did you ask? What is your cheapest drink? He looks at it, and it looks like a tankard of cider goes for four gold right now. A tankard of cider. I'm looking at the menu. A gossipy barmaid comes up to me, and as she's taking her order, I proceed to ask her, you know, hey, you know, is there anything going on around town? Anything suspicious you might be able to tell me about? Maybe any rumors? And she proceeds to tell me, Darren Eldamath, the orchard keeper, is a former adventurer. You might want to go talk to him about any interesting things that are going on. So a quest, like the Skyrim sound, pops in your head. It goes boom, boom, ha, as talk to Darren, or go to the orchard pops up. So write this down. Darren Eldermath in the orchard. That's one of our quests. That just been given to us. Could you please buy me some healing potions? I'll give you some gold. Oh, that's okay. All right. So, Pro Gamer, since it's been about maybe 20 minutes, Lady Greywind has closed up her store. She kind of, you know, puts her, you know, damn kids. It's not the first time she's tried to been robbed. So she kind of shrugs it off. She heads home, and Pro Gamer Guns, seeing this way up in the air with Molly, keeping an eye on her friend, her new friend, proceeds to see that she goes home, and from her bird's eye view, she comes down and she lands on the other side with Gothics, not wanting to be in the middle of town square, just in case there are repercussions, and she heads in. And so the way food works, Pro Gamer Guns, is if we sit down and we eat, you get full health back. That's how health works. Also or that's what inns are for, but also they give you full health back without having to take a rest. So you're able to you know, heal up and not have to take 8 hours to do it, or healing potions, and it's cheaper. So Pro Gamer Guns enters the as she opens the door, and she's kind of, you know, upset from her fight, and her little bit of adrenaline left. She sees Sildar to her left. She sees Skullface trying to talk to the big barkeeper, and Blue and Monarch kind of look at each other and kind of look at her, and they kind of do this eye contact thing, but she kind of looks like, you know, thing, and Blue's kind of just does this, you know, kind of giving her the signal that he didn't say anything, and she kind of like lets out a sigh of relief, and walks over and sits at the end of the table, turns a chair inside outwards and sits on it in that way that the back part is in front of you, and kind of sits like this, and and the rest of us are kind of looking at the menu. And she's like, let's eat. So we proceed to look at the menu. The barmaid is standing there with her little you know, she doesn't need a notepad or anything. She remembers. She's one of those barmaids. There's a bunch of people in this bar. If you guys, this is a very central hub. Since this is our first time in an inn that actually has a lot of side quests in it, you can talk to people. These are some hints I'm gonna throw. You can talk to people. You can talk to the bartender. You can talk to whoever you see in the store, or whatever, and they might be able to help, you know, lead you in a direction towards a quest or something like that. That's your guys' biggest hint I'll give you. I proceed to look, and I want to order the roasted whitefish with nutmeg and almond bread and a glass of port. A glass of port is wine. That's 17 gold. So Max, with his 120 minus 17, leaves him at 103 coin. You are at 86 gold, my skull face. I would give me the tanker of cider. I look at him with a green magical glow in my eye, and I show him the skull that is in my face. The bartender looks at you, and seeing a couple of gruff figures in his time, and being as this town has been growing and he's been around, he kind of looks at you and kind of meh, shrugs it off. He hands you the cider. You hand him the 4 gold, putting you at 82 gold. I forgot. I would like to use the thing I won. I won where people can't get any information out of me or know anything about me. Oh, the protection of proof of the hell is it? Amulet against detection, and you have to attune to it. All right, so it is also another item you have to attune to, just like Skullface's gloves. He has to attune to that, so before we wake up tomorrow, I figure at night you two will be attuning to your magical items. What that means is you have to sit there, practice it, learn to use it, and then its magical properties will become known to you. Can I attempt to identify a person of higher standing? Absolutely. Monarch, go ahead and roll for investigation. Roll 20 for your investigation. That's a very good question. Investigation is your +5. You have a +5 in investigation. Alright, so that's going to take you 2 hours game time. So if you want to do that, that's fine, but I'm going to have to put you in, you're going to have to either rent a room or go find a place to go tune to it. So if you want to go find, you can either talk around town, see if you can sleep in someone's, sleep outside, buy a tent, you know, sleep in a barn, something like that. Roll for 27, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The challenge was 10. You're good. You see a man in this corner, in the right corner. He seems to be right here. This man in the green. He seems to be wearing a lot more nobleman of clothes. As him and a lady sitting across from him keep a bigger table all to themselves. You spot him to your right over here. He's the guy in the yellow with the lady in the white and red dress to your right. I pull ProGamer aside and ask, what happened? For I see the blood. Very good, very good. Skullface walks over from, as he grabs his cider, and it tastes really good. It's like an apple cidery alcoholic drink. Very light alcoholic drink, not too strong, but he walks over and he's enjoying himself, and everybody's starting to really settle down and enjoy the town, and he sees our group ordering food, and he sees on ProGamer Guns she has a cut on her cheek that hasn't healed yet, and he asks her, and he shrugs her shoulder, what happened to your cheek? ProGamer Gun proceeds to say, I will rent a room and roll for stealth so no one sees me in the room. That's funny. Alright, so ProGamer Guns wants to rent a room. She, as we're all ordering and the lady's asking questions, she proceeds to ask the lady, and she has a very ducky British voice, and she goes, "Oi!" And what is it, ma'am? And the ProGamer Guns goes, "I would like to ask how much a room is." And she goes, "Oh, righto, it's about 30 gold a night for yous. 30 gold a night for yous." And ProGamer Guns is like, all right. Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to tell as she kind of looks up in the corner of her eye as Skullface kind of sits there with the tankard in his hand and sipping away, and she goes, "Some things are just better you don't know." There's also this thing you can do, what I like to doing in Skullface. If you ever check out this thing on the internet called Harmon Quest, it kind of would show you what I'd like to do in this game as far as like how the role playing goes and the fun they have. But they do cartoon reanimation to their D&D adventures, and it's pretty good production. You can't find, it's very hard to find for free. Don't sign up for any website if it's telling you, oh, you can watch these episodes if you just sign up for our website. Don't do it. They're only gonna give you like 2 episodes. But you can do this. What I was getting at is you can do this thing where I pull Pro Gamer Guns aside and I ask her intently, or I pull Skullface aside from the rest of the group, and we're supposed to roleplay it that we don't hear that. Then, like when Skullface is like, I run outside to see what's happening. Technically, you're not there at the store. Your character doesn't know. We're roleplaying that thing that you just because you see it in chat doesn't mean your character's seen it. You've seen it, but your character hasn't seen it. It's the same thing with my guy. Like my monsters. My monster does not know what you guys can do. It learns it as you guys are doing it, and I don't metagame. Like I can't just say that, oh, I run out there because I know because I see it in the chat. That's just so you know in the game role. But you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying that's just something that you learn in D&D, is that you kind of play along with the, oh, well, am I in earshot or am I not in earshot? Are they in another room across the castle? Well, yeah, they are. Okay, then how did you hear that? Oh, well, the chat. No, your character didn't hear that. That's how that kind of works. All right, so Pro Gamer Guns roll a 20. So Pro Gamer Guns, are you proceeding to buy a room for the night, Pro Gamer Guns? I take it. So she flips the pretty coin, this one actually being iridium from our faraway land, equaling to the same amount of gold. The lady snaps up the gold or the iridium and kind of looks at the very fine purple gem as she bites at it, and she goes, what is this? And Max and I kind of, I as Max and I kind of look, I'm like, this is iridium. It's a fine gem, comes far away land from our kingdom. And she goes, oh, iridium, I've heard of this, but I've never quite seen it. It's very pretty. And she goes, oh, we'll take it. And she proceeds to take your iridium as payment. So we counted 1 for 1 for gold. It's the same as gold, basically. So 30 Pro Gamer Guns is down from 91 to 80, 70, 60. 61. You're at 61 coin, and you have a room. You have a room for the next 24 hours, so till tomorrow, or the next day after. I also proceed to buy a room, and I ask, do you guys have any couples rooms? And she goes, aye, we do. Those are a little more expensive though. And I'm like, I'll how much? And she goes, 50 coin. I'm like, fuck. And I proceed to roll for persuasion. I rolled a 3, and I asked her, can we maybe lower it down a little, maybe, thing, and she goes, not happening. So I am stealth in a rented room. All right, so Pro Gamer Guns proceeds to take her key from the barkeep, and he tells her up the hall and down the left, and Pro Gamer Guns walks up the stairs, and she walks in and she sees the 3 cots. Which bed would you like? On the either side, you have the first pickings of beds. Me and Cowgirl are going to be taking these 2 on the left. That's what I'm paying for and haggling for right now. But you both rooms have little fireplaces. There's a tub in the other room by itself, so you guys can wash off the bath. Pro Gamer Guns, did you buy any food? So far, I only saw you bought a room, because you're still at 11 health. I'm eating my roasted whitefish with nutmeg. Babe, did you want to eat anything? No? So that will be... Do you want to eat anything, or are you good? How's your health? The almond bread, the white fish too. I'll take 2 white fishes with almond bread, please. And she proceeds to run to the bartender and tell him, as he proceeds to tell the cook, or she tells the cook either. I bought a room, sleep. Maxamillios then bought a room and proceeded to sleep outside. Screw you and my Skyrim adventures. I proceed to walk over to the bar and ask who the smithy is. Alright, so he walks over. Let's see here. Feeling good from the tankard of cider he has. He walks over to the barkeep and nods to Sildar. Sildar is hunched over his mug of beer and proceeds to ask who the smithy is. And the bartender leans over and he goes, "That's wow, the smithy. That's Droger Tallsteel. He's the smithy. He's known to be a grump, but he doesn't like to deal in magical items. That's about as far as I know, you know." But but as far as what you got information, he doesn't prefer magical items, and he mostly sells rather than buy. So if you're gonna try to sell things to him, he you know, he's gonna haggle you down real fucking low. I'll buy some stuffed goose. Very nice. So Pro Gamer Guns, looking at her, which bed did you want to keep too? Anyway, I rolled for stealth. We haven't figured out which bed you want, which is fine. So she sees her beds and she looks at it and she kind of like, yeah, and jumps on the middle one and kind of bounces around and kind of puts her germs on it. And because we still haven't taken a bath from or our Coast Cave adventure, and I kind of slipped in the mud anyway, so I will be also taking a bath. Blood, sweat, tears, blood, mud, sweat, and tears. As Pokemon Runs proceeds to head out to the group, and she tells us, and she comes out, and the group's happy to see her, and she's like, "Well, the rooms look pretty nice, and they're nice and warm." And I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "All right, well, maybe I will spend, 50 coin. Babe, can you help me persuade the barmaid to sell us for less than 50 gold?" Can you roll for persuasion? I don't have it either.
Can I roll insight to see if that's worth the room?
Absolutely. So Cowgirl walks in to wants to roll for insight to see if the rooms are even worth a damn, and walks upstairs and looks at the double bedroom outside and does an investigation check. The 16, 18 plus whatever. Cowgirl sees to look around. Looking under the bed, she sees some rat droppings. She also sees a corner stain of blood on the bottom corner of the left inside sheet. And taking that information, she proceeds to walk back downstairs. And the ducky waitress is still with us, kind of talking to the group, enjoying our company. And she's like, "Well, I don't think your room is worth that much," and talks her down to about half of that. And the lady's like, "Well, I think they are," and she proceeds to show. She takes her up there. She makes her follow her up there, and she shows her the sheet with the blood on it. And the rat droppings under the bed, and the lady, stutters, and she's, "Oh my goodness, right away, ma'am. I will get you guys new sheets, and I will get that cleaned up right away for you. 25 gold is more than enough." And and Cowgirl with the "That's right," and walks down and proceeds to sit down. And I look at her with concern, and I like kind of give this question eyes, and she looks at me and she goes. And I'm like, "All right." And so I flip the coin and I hand her 25 coin. The max 103 minus 25. 513 5. Oh, I got it. I need a fuck. I suck. 103 minus 25. 78 coin left. I have 78. I'll buy some stewed goose and a boiled sausage. All right. I examine the barmaid. As the barmaid walks up past Skullface, let's see, let's make her let's make all these people tokens, actually. They should be tokens, not items. I wanted them part of the map, but then I realized that I kind of need them. What's going on? Hang on. Boom. 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 Why is it taking so much? No, it wants to. Alright, fine. You're becoming a token, that's it. I'm not dealing with it. Okay. Delay. I talked to the waitress. We need Gordon Ramsay in here. Freaking Monarch. Monarch, what do you want to do? Do you want to buy any food? You can buy, like, you know, a drink and get that for healing, but you're looking pretty bad. The lady proceeds to bring the whitefish to me and Cowgirl as we chow down and eat our food and regain our health to the fullest. 48. Boom. And the whitefish, I didn't pay for it yet. Let me see here. And you wanted the boiled egg and you wanted the sausage, right? Gamer Guns, seeing the menu, proceeds to order the stuffed goose, stewed goose, and the boiled sausage. 10, 12. That'll be 22 coin, and mine will be 14, 34. Another 34. So 78 minus 34. That's 4 and 5. There's 7. 4. 44. Yep, 44. I'm down to 44 coin. We're gonna need to go adventuring, guys. We have no money. Alright. Alright, that's fine. I was gonna call it here, guys, after this. I was actually gonna let us all settle down. We got our rooms. We'll continue the adventure tomorrow or the day after, or whenever the heck everyone's ready. But I'm pretty much ready to go from here. I just needed to read ahead. But alright, Pro Gamer Guns, you were eating away at your food as well. And you are back at full health. Ah, very nice. What are we listening to? Can I share a room with someone? Absolutely. Since you are so small, I don't see why not. You and Skullface can try and share. These rooms look like they're 3 and 3, so it kind of seems like you're just buying your bed, as it is anyway. Yeah. There's many people to talk to. We haven't even gotten all the quests yet. Like, we haven't talked. It's closed. Sorry. Tomorrow. Everything closed. It's 9 p.m. now. Everything's closed. I'm sorry. Grumpy Pants is left. And Mrs. Grumpy Pants is mad at us now. Or mad at Pro Gamer Guns. And we'll have to see how that plays out. I'm really curious. I knew somebody would do it. I just didn't know who. If you give me half the cost of a room, we may share with me. Oh, sexy. I will need some, but I would need some gold. Yeah, I would look for a ring on the waitress figure. Go ahead and roll for investigation. To see if you see a ring, go ahead. Or perception, either one. I think investigation would be to see if you noticed it there versus perception as you see it, I guess. I don't know. they're very similar to each other. It's kind of the DM's call, perception or investigation. I've been watching other people DM and they kind of do both. He's like, whichever's higher. It's kind of like athletics versus acrobatics. Whatever's higher, then do that, you know? Whatever your highest bonus is, it kind of falls. I've seen them be pretty lenient. I wish to look up for a wedding ring on the way. Absolutely. Roll for Skullface. Go ahead and roll for investigation or perception, whatever is your strongest. Which it's telling me your investigation is the same as your perception is 4. I was gonna process 2, but I feel that would be going too far. Pro Gamer Guns, this is a game where your personal character can do whatever you want, and honestly, the more you try to push things and try to see what you can do in this game is the more I appreciate it. Like, I'm not mad at you for attacking her. I knew someone was gonna do it. I just didn't know who was gonna do it. Like, this happens in this game, but it's like you're playing a character, you're playing a role. Your character is an aggressive warrior that doesn't take shit and is mad that you didn't get a thing. You don't think a barbarian or Spider King probably would have done the same thing, or Troll probably would have done the same thing and probably actually would have killed the bitch, and then we would have been in trouble. But there is something underlying that, don't worry, even though what happened, like, I don't want to reveal too much about the story, so don't worry. You know, everything. You know, we're gonna have fun. I'm actually enjoying this little role playing thing. I know it's a little slower, but this is kind of showing you guys what you can do, because the game is in 2 parts. You have your role playing puzzles, and then you have your challenge and your combat. And you guys are doing really fucking good. In the game, not real life. Yeah, I know in the game. I know what you meant. Someone pretend they have a pet butterfly. That's not a bad idea. Okay, let's do that. So Skullface, you and our Pro Gamer Guns, both of you want to walk up to the waitress, and what Pro Gamer Guns wants to, like, go. Monarch's gonna give her some of his gold, but Pro Gamer Guns is just gonna pretend she has pet butterfly, and she's gonna roll for persuasion. And Monarch is also gonna proceed to roll for performance or deception. Actually, don't roll for persuasion, roll for deception. So, Pro Gamer Guns roll for deception, and so do Monarch. Roll for perception. Pro Gamer Guns, your deception is +1. Monarch, your deception is higher, is a +4. And you... So, gold for sex, anyone? I thought you were gonna view anybody else. You're fine. You don't, you know. I thought you were gonna go out into the town and do that. I didn't know you were gonna do it with one of them. Funny. No, we're friends. I figured you guys don't have to do that, and you guys would be like, "Hey, I'll play his pet. You know, play the pet." I wish to look for a wedding ring. You do not notice a wedding ring, Skullface. Hey, Kenny. You look around, but you do not notice a roll ring. You see all the fingers, and you do not see one. Not a very high challenge. Meow. Meow. Come here. Or sit down. That's cool too. Some pretend they have a butterfly. Okay, so while that's going on, Blue also buys a room as well. Blue has 100 thing. He's going to did we say it was like 30 a night? He's gonna try and persuade her down to 25. So I'm gonna roll for him for persuasion. He does not pass. She's holding it down at 30. Alright, so he's got 70 gold. I hope he doesn't mind me spending his money. This was survival. Yeah, no, yeah. And you can't do that in plate armor. You don't really heal up fast and stuff. Like, there's, I don't know the technicalities, but there's disciplines for sleeping outside in armor. You get exhaustion points and stuff. Like, you don't, there's reasons you can't do that. So he also proceeds to buy himself some food and drink himself up some ale. He will be ordering the stewed goose and stuffed cheese with a tankard of bitter. for 10 gold. So that puts him down to 60. I'm gonna be happy. Like, you spent my money. Monarch, go ahead and roll for persuasion. You're gonna play like you're her pet butterfly and she won't charge you for a room. Would there be any chance it may someone to keep you company in the night? Go ahead and roll for persuasion and charming, I guess. Let's see. This challenge is going to be a 19. So with your bonuses, if you hit 19, we'll see what happens. You rolled an 11. What's your persuasion? A 5, 16. She laughs at you, but she doesn't fight you off, but she's not agreeing to it, and she kind of laughs and pushes you away as she heads into the kitchen, away from the creepy skull-faced man who just asked her out for the night. Alright, Skullface is also healed. He has been drinking his tankard. What are you dancing? What are you dancing? Oh god. What are you watching?
Oh, I play Overwatch and I get less.
Yeah.
But
Big
nobody else
surprise.
plays with me. You know?
Yeah.
Here.
Cowgirl's also at full health. Back to your 38. Everybody's looking at full health. Monarch, are you eating anything? You're sitting at 21 health, my bud. Do you want to eat anything to heal up? Rolled an 11. Oh, no lesbian sex for me. Well, you never know. She might actually be a lesbian, and the challenge is lower. No, you never know until you try. Let's see here. Yeah, the waitress. Yeah, I knew you were doing the waitress, not the dude. Just a little cider. All right. Monarch, the waitress, as she heads out of the kitchen, heads back to our table to ask if everything's good, as me and Cowgirl are eating away at our food, and so is Pro Gamer Guns finishing up her stewed goose and her boiled egg. Monarch proceeds to ask her in the most adorable little voice a butterfly can have for a tankard of cider, and the girl smiles and winks at him and tells him three gold. It looks like your little butterflyness kind of, you know, girls love butterflies. God only knows, she might have a butterfly tattoo somewhere on her, because, you know, tattoos exist in this world. They're not very designed that great and intricate, but they exist. I sleep with the lady tonight. Yeah, right. No, you rolled a 20 early. You rolled your first one. Wait a minute. No. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, fair lady. No, that wasn't you. You're right. You rolled a 20. All right. So the girl proceeds to smile and giggle as she plays with her hair a little bit, and Skullface proceeds to take her around the corner over here upstairs. Pro Gamer or Skullface, roll another persuasion check, because it looks like she wants some money, and she's not gonna do this for free. And she looks up to you and she's like, "Boy, for a happy ending, you know, a wee little sucky will cost you a lot more than a tanker of cider." And she proceeds to say 80 gold to kind of get a little happy time, as you guys are in private right now up in the stairway hallway. Your health should be full. You're good. Your health is at 39. That's your normal health. Yep. It's just a small box. And the butterfly, you know, gets his ale Noticing that the wench did not come back, and he kind of is like, "Where the hell is my cider?" And proceeds to, let's see, what did you use? I saw you rolling earlier. What were you rolling for? Just a little cider. All right. Little Monarch flies and flutters up to the bartender, and is like, "Hey, I paid for a tankard of cider from the lady, you know, and I just came to pick it up." And he has it. "Oh, I have it right here." And he already has his pre-poured cup, because you see the 3 gold sitting on the bartender stool, that she did bring the coin to him. So he hands you the cider, and you try to you sit on top of the cup, and you start to drink a little bit, but you're not sure how you're gonna get this cup over to the table. You can either ask one of us to help you bring it over, but otherwise we're just sitting there eating our food. Seeing the little dilemma of the little butterfly, I walk over to Monarch, and I'm like, "Do you need any help bringing that cup over to the table, buddy?" As Monarch kind of dunks his body more halfway into the cup and drinks away. I would like to go in the room and start studying now. Very good, very good. Okay, and you are studying your the amulet against detection. Okay, well, let's look it up again real quick, what it does. All right, I'd like to look it up for you, and so we can get a good idea again what it is. So it is called the amulet of proof from detection against detection again, or proof from again, a proof against detection or something like that. Well, it'll type it out for me better. Amulet of proof against detection and location, as I've already clicked on it. While wearing this amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. You can't be targeted by such magic or perceived through magical scrying, so nobody can spy on you. None of our evil overlords can spy on you from afar. And divination magic is, what is that? Your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god. Okay, you ask a single question. Special goal, event, or activity occurring in 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply. Spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome. If you cast a spell 2 or more times, so it protects you against this spell. So if somebody wishes their god upon you, it protects you against it. It can protect you against a deity with offering you put contact with God or God's servants. Holy crap! Protects you against a deity. Like, you can't get watched, and you can't be a part of, like, if they try to make a big plan, you can't be you know, plotted or like, you know, told that they're not gonna know that you're not gonna be able to do it to you. Like, they can't watch you from afar, basically. I wish to help. That's 11, and I don't got the gold, so I'm out. I would like to go to my room and start studying. Okay, so Pro Gamer Guns, seeing everybody's enjoying themselves, and walks past the awkward situation between the waitress, Ducky, and or the bar wench, Ducky, and Skullface, and she proceeds to run, jump, and kick, and land in the thing. Before she does that, she walks over to the tub and takes a bath, washes herself, cleans herself, uses the towels that are provided, thankfully, by this inn, cleans herself off from the day's grime, feels well rested as the hot water, and jumps into her bed and starts to study her amulet and tune to it. So she will be out for 2 hours, and then she will go to bed and proceed to go to bed. Monarch, yep. Okay, he does want some help. Okay, so I bring the little cup over. Nice paper javelin. I'm sorry. So Skullface, what are you gonna do with the wench? Are you heading out then from her? I wish to help. Can I roll 10 For loot. For loot? Loot? No, unfortunately you cannot. We messed up. I messed up too. I should have remembered too, like, and been like, my friends, we forgot to loot. Because there was 2 chests in there. But it's alright. Move on. Skullface walks away from the wench, feeling utterly bummed out that he couldn't get a Hummer for free. The wench proceeds to drain out the water and tells the servants to bring up more hot water so the tub can be refilled and used for the next person. The tub is now fresh water. Cheese walks over. She starts taking care of some other guests as she proceeds to walk around. I run out to Silver. Alright. Skullface runs outside to Silver to make sure he's okay. So we still need a room for Monarch. Well, not room for Monarch, but somebody needs to pretend to have him as a pet butterfly, and we'll just take him with us in the room. We won't charge him. But what if we want to do it? No. We got the private room. Monarch needs our help. Are you gonna cock block me, Monarch? But Cowgirl's like, why don't we bring Monarch into our room? I'm like, because. She's like, but Monarch needs our help. I'm like, yeah, but it's been a while. I know, right? I'm gonna head to bed for sure. Pro Gamer Guns. Percy is over by Gothix. I also assume Gothix will be getting a room as well. Percy will be chilling on the roof of the inn, sleeping on top. Gothix also walks in and orders a room. Oh. Blue. I was just kidding though.
A room?
Yeah. Well, Monarch's not buying a room. No, Monarch's trying to sneak in with somebody in a room. Not pay. Blue was paid for himself. He's paying for himself, yeah. Okay. We're probably gonna put you with Blue then. Gothix also proceeds to try and convince the maiden as he walks in and joins us in our tavern. He proceeds to, hey guys, what's up? And looks at the bar wench and wants to compel her. Maybe he can feast on her a little bit, see if he can't get his health back the way he likes to get his health back. We will roll for Gothix to see if he convinces her to follow him around the corner. And then he'll proceed to compel her and fight her. Rolled an 8. With his persuasion, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, he passes. Alright, so he brings over, he talks to the barmaid and he asks her, you know, he does this look thing in his eye and he takes her upstairs the same hallway that Skullface was at and, you know, compels her where she doesn't remember what happens, and then he proceeds to heal himself. For he is a vampire and he does not eat food. Alright, you gonna head to bed then, Pro Gamer Guns? Alright, so Blue's gonna order his room as well. I already did his math. He is going to head to the one over here. as Monarch sneaks in with him. Nobody notices, but Monarch is lands near the windowsill behind Blue, and finds the little nook at the windowsill and proceeds to roll in a ball and roll in a ball and or not roll in a ball, but you know, kind of do a circle and then lay down. Blue, seeing this, kind of grabs and rips a corner of the bedding and kind of puts it for Monarch so he can sleep on it and have a little more comfortability than a wooden plank. Cowgirl and Max also proceed to finish their meals, as it is now about 11 o'clock. Cowgirl heads in to take the first bath. After she's finished, I kind of chill. I kind of walk to my group and I look over and I see Pro Gamer Guns studying her amulet, looking at it. It's a pretty silver amulet with a Celtic design around a green gem around it, and she's studying it, and it's very pretty, and she's attuning to it, and I let her be, and I walk over and I see Blue, you know, and he's taking off his plate armor and putting it aside, and you know, he has his leather armor underneath. He's one of our heavy armored guys, and I say goodnight to Monarch and Blue, and Monarch kind of opens his eyes and says, you know, good night, my lord, and I and I smile as I walk away, and I'm very satisfied with my comrades and their ability and battle, and I'm very happy to call them my friends. And the warm smell of the tavern, you know, starts to, as I look around and I see it's getting dark, and I start to look out the window around the fireplace and maybe pull out a little elven leaf. Gothix proceeds to he never likes to buy any rooms, so I'm gonna put him in a tree. I'm gonna put him in a tree. No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna also buy a room, and he is at he's at 30. Let's see, he's 110, so that would make it 80. He's at 80 coin, 80 gold. Very nice. And he proceeds to join Blue. He sits near the window. I'm not really preferring the beds, but he does, you know, he doesn't mind. Skullface, what are you doing, buddy? As you were outside with Silver, I'm going to say that the rest of the group also rent rooms right now, since they're so far deep in the NPC-ness that they aren't really playing. I'm not really doing math for them when it comes to their rooms and shit like that. They're kind of just along because I miss Ulrich, and I wish for him to return, and I hope he comes back one day. Spider King, he can go to hell. No, I'm just kidding. Spider King's cool too. He's one of the only people that actually knows how the game works, but I think I scared him off with you know, telling him he can't do something, and he's right. I shouldn't tell him he can't, but I just thought he was being a jerk and being ornery. The Landstrider also gets ready to lay down. Percy joins Molly on the roof as they both sleep at a safe area above the roof. And I study my little hat. Very good, Monarch. Very good. Writing that down. Very good. Monarch also, before he starts to lay down, remembers as his eyes were getting closed, I forgot my hat. And he has the little hat on it, and it's shrunken to his size. This his hat of disguise. Very, very cool item. Very unique. I think it gives his character very good flair. Monarch also attuning to his hat. Very good. So by tomorrow, next game, you know, in the morning when we wake up in game, I need to check if I need to attune to my wand of missiles. Do I need to attune? On a 7 charges holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 or more charges, attributes, category, rarity. No, I do not need to attune. So attribute, cool. Okay, so I don't need to attune. Anybody else need to attune to anything before they go to bed? This would be the best time to make sure that people are attuning to their shit before they go, so we can get that done. Amulet, I take it that Gothix is also attuning to his amulet. Gothix has the same amulet as you. Pro Gamer Guns. I study my ring and I'm gonna sleep with silver. Oh yeah, you have your ring too. So that's 4 hours. So you have 4 hours. You're still gonna sleep good, but you have your ring and your ring. And that was it, right? That's all you have to attune to? You've already attuned to your for my notes. Gold hat, monarch. Okay, cool. Sorry, get this out of your way. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's it. Sildar Hallwell, or Sildar Hallwinter also buys a room and heads to the downstairs rooms, as that's where Spider King and Ulrich are sleeping in the downstairs rooms. It's basically a mirror of above, so I just consider them downstairs like that. Sildar Hallwinter right here, the guy we saved. Cowgirl is done with her bath as she comes back and is doing one of those girls how they clean their hair things, drying their hairs. I proceed to head into the tub myself, and we've been doing shifts basically, as everybody takes their shifts in the tub and gets themselves cleaned, as the night shift kind of gets annoyed having to repeatedly change out the hot water, but screw that, it's what we pay for. I study my ring and I'm gonna sleep with the silver. I go searching through my bag for my scroll. No, I already attuned to my gloves. Yep. My bag for my scroll. Which scroll do you have? What scroll? Which one are you talking about? You mean your spell book? I know you already tuned to your glove. You're good on that. So I'm gonna look up how exhaustion stuff works by tomorrow, so we can tell what it's like. Because there's disciplines there's not disciplines, but there's reasons why you don't sleep outside on the dirt in the game. If you want to go, I suggest you try to find a farm to sleep in in a stall in. Do you want to head back into the bar and see if you can crash in somebody's bar, or crash in somebody's stables? Because you can do that. Gotta ask somebody, and then you don't even really need to persuade because it's free. No, we decided you don't have the scroll of animal friendship. Yeah, you're still looking for it and you didn't find it. Sorry, buddy. I looked through my notes. I don't see it anywhere. I've looked around. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's fine. Don't worry. It's not the last time you're gonna see a scroll of animal friendship. But yeah, I didn't find it. I went through my notes. I didn't find anything. Yeah, I've been rewriting everything down every week. What's attuned? So attuned is that's what you're doing right now, is you're attuning to the magical items. So a balance with really high magical items, so you can't just have 50 high magical items on your body, is you can only have 3 magical items that require attunement. It means it's binding. It's bonding to that item. It's bonded to you. It's so you can't just be like, I take off my gloves that need attunement and give them to Gothic so he can use it for this turn. Gothics would have to literally sit down and do in the game 2 hours in game, not in real life, in game, and have to attune to it. So that's when we go camping. That's like, okay guys, let's trade some items. Let me attune to this while you attune to this, because I think you can use this better, and we can do that. But we have to do that before we go into the dragon's lair or into whatever's lair. But he did have one. Yeah, but I don't, if my notes don't say it, then, it's fine. Like, I don't, you can say he had one all you want, but unless, like, we have something, proof, I have to trust my notes over what people say, even, I'm sorry, Monarch. It's nothing against you, it's just,
I walk in and ask if I can sleep in the nearest stall. So, as okay, so you walk in and you step into the middle of the bar and you yell out with a loud voice, "Can I stay in anybody's stalls?" As the bar kind of looks at you and doesn't know who the hell you're talking to and kind of just all shrugs back into their business. That's the wolf. Anybody's stables. Yeah, you're good, Bro Gamer Guns. You're doing what you need to do. You're tuning to your item. That's what you're doing, and then by tomorrow, the next game, whatever, in the in-game next morning, you will be attuned to it. It just means you can't like have more than 3 items that require attunement. So some kind of armors, shields, certain items, they all require attunement. Like his hat requires attunement, so he needs to bond to it. It's a binding, basically. So he can only bind to 3 items at once ever. Some items have a special skill that lets you bind to 4 attunement items, but those are rare. As the bar kind of is confused at why the man with the skull is yelling into the bar if he can sleep with any bar or sleep with anybody's stables, a man walks up to you and is like, was I correct in hearing that you need a place to stay? And Skullface proceeds to say, yeah, I do. You know, I want to stay with my animal. And the guy goes, oh, you have a wee doggy now, do you? And Silver kind of peeks, you know, in through the door, and the guy sees it, and he goes, oh, well, the elderly farm, they're pretty nice to letting people in. I'm sure if you go and maybe knock on her door, she might let you sleep in the hay in the stables, and you'll be all right. And Skullface goes, really? And he asks back, you know, where is that exactly at? And he goes, it's on the southeast part of town. It's a couple minutes walk, but you'll be okay. You know, there's a big sign in front. You can't miss the signs. Or south, yeah, west, southeast, yeah. Southeast. Back for the way we came. And so Skullface proceeds to take Silver with them as they walk away, and it's getting dark, and they see the moonlight above them as the town starts to get quieter, and they start to see the footsteps and the carriage track marks of their friends coming around the edge as they see the lights off in the East Indian Trading Company, and Skullface kind of, you know, wonders to himself, but doesn't have any clue of what happened between Skullface or Pro Gamer Guns and Miss Lady Greywind. So he heads down past some of the old ruins, and he sees the farm that the man was talking about, and Skullface this guy a token. Man, come on. Tokens. Objects. There she is. Thank you, sir. So he sees a man, you know, heading almost back into his house. Skullface is lucky to catch him right before the door shuts, and he runs up and he's like, "Excuse me, sir. My name is Skullface blah blah blah, and I was just asking if you could spare a hay barrel for a poor lowly traveler adventurer." And the man looks at you with a smile and looks you up and down, and he goes, "Well, you don't seem to be a part of those red brand fellas, so yeah, but no problem, man. Just don't cause any trouble for me, and I won't cause any trouble for you. You're welcome to sleep in my stable in the back down here." And Skullface and Skullface, with a smile on his skull, kind of walks with a little bit faster of a pace, and Silver proceeds to follow Skullface into the stables, wagging his tail as they find themselves a nice pile of hay to sleep on, and they happen to find a mattered old blanket, used for horses that can deal us a little bit of comfort, so the hay isn't so pokey. All right. Well, I think I'll let it go with that. I think we can say we're all safe. We're at our hub. Thank you guys so much for playing and getting into it. I appreciate it. I guess I want to say one thing. I know it feels sometimes like I guess I'm against you guys, but it's really not that. It's that I'm trying to lead the story without giving all the answers away, and it's really hard when you guys don't really know everything you can do. So I'm trying to find a balance between helping you guys and giving you hints, and just straight outright doing it for you. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that, but you guys have never played before, so how can I expect you guys to just know everything all right away, So I think, and you guys are getting really good at it in the role playing. Like, you guys are getting a lot better at it, and actually trying. And Skullface, you really took it away with the role playing, so I appreciate it. Monarch, I had a lot of fun. Pro Gamer Guns, get some sleep out there. I also had a lot of fun. I can't wait to see how this turns out with the whole attacking the lady. We didn't even return the goods to her yet. But you guys have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be off, alright? Have a good Labor Day. Stay in school.